shitstorm Chinny, didn't you, with your freaking giveaway? Flipping heck.
Why?
Are we live? We're not
Yeah.
live, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell.
You really shouldn't put video
Amazing.
games in your butt, Chinny. That's
No,
just
No,
I
you
won't do
shouldn't.
that
No,
anymore.
you
Oh,
need to
boy.
put them in your console. And they might smell
Chinny
of
put a
it.
game
Do you know,
in his
actually,
butt.
actually
We're live.
talking of butts,
Yeah.
talking of butts, right? Kay was chortling to it. This is how bad Kay is, right? So she sat there laughing to herself. And I said, what are you laughing about? And she went, oh, some story on Twitter or something. I'm like, all right,
Uh-oh.
what about? And she went, oh, well, this dude got a first date with this woman on Tinder and had anal sex with her on the first date, right?
What are you talking about? Why?
This is what Kay's telling me, right? This is what Kay's telling me, right? I'm like,
What kind of
Right.
Twitter feed is Kay looking at?
Exactly. So I'm like, "Oh, right. And she went, yeah. And then,
Why is this my business?
no, because Duke mentioned about sticking a video game up your butt. That's how it
Yeah, but if somebody
reminded me.
met somebody on Tinder
So
and then did
immediately,
anal,
let's talk about.
that ain't my
Right, well,
problem.
listen, let me get to the big, right? So I'm like, well, why is that funny, right? And she went, because he ended up with shit all over his junk
that's
and stuff.
That's the risk
right?
you run.
right, and then was vomited
Nasty.
in the bathroom
Oh,
in the toilet
God.
afterwards. And I'm like, oh my God, that is gross. Why are you
That sounds like
reading
a great first date, man.
And she was just
All
like,
right. Moving on. Are we
like,
ready
oh
to
my
start this
You
show
know
now
when,
that
when
we've had
somebody,
that lovely
Stu, just
introductory
before we
story?
start, sorry.
oh,
You know when somebody
sorry.
says, you're wasting your life playing games, you're wasting your life. Remind
it's true.
Kay of what she's looking at on Twitter. Just remind her. Just
I will. I
go,
will.
"Oh, okay."
I would totally will.
Show, bitch.
And with that, let's begin.
Oh, God.
Wario cheats. Welcome you to the veteran gamers. Juke, Ginny, other fellas will tell you about the game that we playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick.
I'm a potato.
Time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
You've got a clip of me.
It's the veteran gamers.
That's
It's
me.
the veteran gamers.
Hello, darlings.
Veteran gamers.
The Boss Wave crew.
It's the veteran
You've got at least
gamers.
2 of us as sound clips now.
Yeah, boy.
I'm not going to get interrupted by stupid sound effects.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Hello and welcome to episode 575. No, it's actually 576. It's because I'm looking at 575 on the screen.
576.
Sorry. 576 of the Veteran Gamers podcast. There you go. Totally correct.
Yay, 576. What's up, people? Duke in the house.
Stu in the house.
Chinny in the house.
Wow. I
Yeah,
like
we
that.
are not military veterans, people. We are veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
That's right, and we stream this podcast live as well. You can download it on the old apps, whatever you listen to the podcasts on the apps and that.
Yeah,
whatnot.
we're on YouTube. We're
YouTube,
on
on Twitch. And we're on
We're
a
on all sorts of
new
platforms.
streaming site called Flip It.
Goobilob. I thought it was called
Flip It.
Goobilob.
Actually, I've
Flip
got
it,
kind of. I'll tell you something
If
interesting
you talk
today.
about your
Talking about
fucking
I'll be the
DJing,
judge of it, whether it's
no, talking about streaming sites.
okay.
4% of our audience is now on Spotify. Just to let you know.
Sweet. Welcome, Spotify listeners. We hate
Wow.
not really. I don't know why we
Spotify
would
that
hate you.
means 4
Yeah.
people are on Spotify.
Exactly. 4 people listen to us on Spotify.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
you know the Office, the American Office TV show. There's a great episode where Dwight is competing with a computer, and Andy gets the air horn to celebrate every time he makes a sale. So by the end of the episode,
10 reams for the U.S. District Court. Did I happen to mention the 40 reams for the battered women's shelter? No. Huh?
he's like dancing around and blowing the horn over and over again until Angela comes up.
Stop it. Give me that. Give it.
Well, the Office Ladies podcast, where they're rewatching and talking about each episode, they recently talked about that moment in the show, which is one of my favorite moments ever. And they were talking about how someone wrote in and said, did they actually have noise coming out of that air horn? And Angela says, when I had to go over and take it from him, there was noise right in my ear. So yes. And then the Jenna Fisher, who plays Pam, said, it reminded me of when Dwight had the keyboard with all the sound effects during the Dundies, at which point they said this, and I knew I had to make it a sound clip for this show.
Do not give these guys things that make sounds. No props that make noises. They cannot stop using them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we are.
Oh, God, I feel like we're podcasting with Duke now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is you, Duke. You are the noisemaker on this show.
Woo! Noisemaker.
Which is interesting, right? Because normally we do questions from Discord later, but that I feel like we should do it now.
Sure.
Why
I feel,
should we do it
like
now?
I
Let's
feel
do
like we
it.
should do this question from Discord. Let's do it.
Let's get triggered.
we got-
Okay.
Yeah, Discord. Come on, where's the Discord jingle, Duke? You crap. There you go.
Discord. Discord.
See, unbeknownst to you there, he did a cool segue because the question is this.
Ooh, okay.
Would anyone else like to know the origins of Duke's sound clips? There's always a story behind each one. I always
There
enjoy
is.
the Stu whoop whoop woo
Mm.
sound clips. So there you go.
Right.
Whoop, whoop, woo.
That
There
was
you
my
go.
favorite. That's all of these are my favorite sound clips. But for those who don't know, that came from when Stu was playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and I don't remember what part of the game it was.
Was
but
that what it's from?
you-
I have no clue.
Yeah. You were criticizing one of the sounds in the game. Like you sent up a beacon or something, and it was like you said something like it makes a really dumb noise or something like that. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
what noise should it make? And you were on the spot, and you were like, that would be a great
that
noise
sounds
in the
about
middle of
right.
Horizon
That
Zero
sounds
Dawn.
about
That's why
right,
it's called
to be honest.
Stu HZD noise.
That's brilliant.
Wow.
Yeah. So
there's-
Chinny gave me this one.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Yeah, I was
And,
watching a lot of
yeah.
Friends at the time, and I just
Yeah.
liked that. I found another clip that I need to get to you. I was
Oh
watching.
man, I
a-
just added a whole bunch of sounds. To
Well,
the
we're
board.
gonna
I
add
don't
one
have
more,
any
but
room.
it's a Rick and Morty clip. We don't have any Rick and
Oh,
Morty
okay.
clips, and
I need to watch Rick and Morty.
yeah,
it's been too
and
long.
I'll be
it's very
honest.
good,
I
yeah.
haven't contributed many, but I think the Yui Boll one was a stroke of genius.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess used quite a lot.
There are
Yes,
some
it
clips.
does.
There are some audio clips that I don't enjoy. I must admit.
Oh, okay.
Well,
of
what do
course
you
not.
like? What do you not like?
I don't know. I
You
suppose,
don't like the bad words one. You don't like that one. Sometimes when we're mad.
No,
we
I don't
say
like that
things
one.
bad.
I don't
Yeah.
like the one where outro show. I hate that one with me.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Uh,
haven't played it in a while, so to be fair.
Yeah,
there's,
do it
there's a
tonight,
few
do
others.
it.
There's a few others though. I hate. And, he
See, you
plays
don't
them.
tell Stu this because he'll immediately
Ah.
request that.
No, I suppose
it, do it, do
with it's the you know the Stummies one. The reason why I don't hate it, but the reason why I dislike it is because it's so inside baseball, and I know Duke, you love inside jokes. You
Well,
love
exactly.
them.
Those are my favorite.
I
man.
think
If
it's-
anybody
it's-
knows.
I think it's exclusive. It's too exclusive for an audio
Yeah.
show.
Oh no, you're right. It is. Yeah.
but
that's
we
fine.
know what
But
it
the- but-
means.
No,
Well,
I don't
and
think
if you
that
haven't
we
seen
do.
the Kids in the Hall movie, if you haven't seen the Kids in the Hall movie Brain Candy, then fuck you. I don't want you watching.
Well, I
that
haven't
show or
watched
listening
that.
either.
So I don't know what
Well,
you're
you
talking about.
need to. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's one of the best movies ever
So
made.
something happened to me. I was speaking to Simeon, my brother-in-law, on the phone, and we was talking and da. Actually, we were playing video games together, all four of us, him and his wife and me and Tara. And then we was talking about films, and I haven't watched Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Right, that's a film.
Whatever.
Ever, yeah.
Oh my god.
And he says,
That's also
"Oh,
a very good movie.
have you only not
Right.
watched it so you can bring it up in conversation to be interesting?"
I like that. I like
He's
that.
such a
That's a good
bastard.
answer.
That's like going. Oh, I've never seen Star Wars.
Never seen Star
I've
Wars,
never
yeah.
seen Apocalypse
I've
Now.
never
Yeah.
seen. I've never seen Back to the Future.
Yes, I actually no, I've never seen it.
No, weirdly,
here's the
dude,
thing, look,
weirdly.
let-
Whoa.
whoa,
No,
weirdly,
let me
dude.
say this real quick because it's about movies and having not seen movies. If you get mad at people who haven't seen movies that you love, you're going to turn into a nasty, angry person. So, everyone listening, do yourself a favor. If somebody says they haven't seen a movie that you love, instead of going, God, what is wrong with you? I hate you. Take a breath, step back, and go, you're going to love it because then you're positive. Go ahead, Stu.
Yeah, I was gonna say Apocalypse Now. I've never seen it all the way through.
What? Oh my god, you're
I've
so
seen-
stupid.
I've seen
gonna love
bits of it. I've seen bits of it.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
know,
like,
I'll
seen
say
some of
this.
it, I've
Exactly.
seen some of it another time.
I'll say
Never
this
really
about
had to sat and
Apocalypse
watch
Now.
it.
I'll say this about Apocalypse Now. It's fine. It's a fine movie. It's okay. Like I don't know. I like the bit with the napalm, and for some reason Marlon Brando's really fat and no one knows why.
Well, because
like-
he was really fat at that point.
Yeah, well, like apparently the story goes that he turned up on set and he was too fat for the role, and they delayed the filming because he was too fat, and that's why he's in the dark at the
Oh, okay.
end because he's too
Because
bloody
he's
fat.
so fat.
And I don't know, Marlon
Well,
Brando.
and-
By the end of his career, he was kind of foaming it in a little bit, I think.
Well, of course he was. I mean, look at Island of Dr. Moreau. Oh my God. He
But,
had to have a goddamn bucket of ice on his head.
But he was a
me a break.
very good actor and a very handsome chap
Well, he was a
back
very
in
good
his
actor.
day. But
Yeah. Right.
hey ho,
And he
what
reached a
can
point where he's like, I don't care
Fuck
about any of
this.
it. Just fuck
He
give me
Charlie
700
Sheened it.
cheeseburgers.
Charlie Sheen
Oh,
did?
by the way, if anybody doesn't know, Apocalypse Now is based on The Heart of Darkness, the novel by Joseph Conrad, the Belgian author.
Yes,
So
There you go.
that's right.
there you
And
go.
Martin Sheen had an heart attack. He had an heart attack
He had a
during
heart
that
attack?
movie.
Yeah. That's true. I remember.
And
that.
then, but I watched the extended version where they meet all those French people, and you're like, there's a reason why things get cut out. 'Cause
Well,
it's
that's what Weird
boring.
Al said on the DVD for UHF. He was like, "There's a he was showing you like he was fast forwarding through the deleted scenes. Basically, he showed a
Yeah.
few of them, and he was like, "Let's just fast forward
Yeah.
through these."
There's
There's
a
a reason
reason-
he's got cut because they're stupid.
Because
as
people
fuck.
go, oh, here we go, like extended version. I'm like, no, this is awful. Like,
Yeah.
there's a reason why.
I mean,
this
some
is...
movies, right? Some movies benefit from the extended cut. I'm trying to think of one, and I can't think of
Well,
one.
for me,
a
Back
lot
to the
of
Future
movies,
like was cool for me because I loved the film so much. So for me,
sure.
like,
You
oh,
just
what?
wanted more.
extra scene. There was an extra
yeah.
scene
When
in
I
Back
saw-
to the Future 2, and it's really weird. And it's
What did it make it? Did it make it make sense?
No, Marty fucks his mom. No, that's his first film. Right. So in Back to the Future 2, like it's never shown. You know the future old Biff, right?
Yeah.
He goes back to 2015. So he's from 2015. He goes to 1955. Then he goes back to 2015 and fades away and dies. And it makes no sense at all.
Nope.
And they filmed it, and they didn't know why they filmed it. And Robert Zemeckis, the director, like he's doing commentary over it. And he's like, "We have no idea why we filmed this. We just kind of thought it would be like,
Well,
fine."
you know, right? When you've got time paradoxes, you got to
Yeah.
be ready for whatever.
They kind of made sense when they was writing it. And I was like, this didn't make sense when we put it together. And it just when we were filming it, we was like, I don't know what this is about, but we
His
did it.
best friend is a disgraced nuclear physicist.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All
All right. So are we ready to? Did anyone have a story time?
My
Yeah,
favorite time. It's story time.
Story time.
Well, before I let you tell yours, Stu, I
well,
really
we
want to
did-
quick say.
We talked about
Yes?
this before we started recording, but I've been jabbed this week. I am
Oh, that's right.
vaccinated.
Are you vaccinated?
I am
Yay!
I am COVID vaccinated.
Do you want to hear a
Ah.
fact?
Stu
Do
can
you
go
want to
lick eyeballs.
hear a vaccination fact? A UK vaccination fact?
Go
I think
on.
they call it vaccination.
Of vaccinations. We have now vaccinated more people in the UK than of people that have caught the coronavirus.
No. That's been tested.
That have been
We've
tested.
vaccinated
Yeah,
more people. Yeah,
cases
slightly
recorded.
different.
Let me clarify. Recorded
Try that
cases.
again.
Recorded cases of corona. There's more people.
Yay!
Than,
That's good news.
we vaccinated more people than the rest of Europe. So fuck you, EU. We don't need you
Yeah,
anyway.
but Europe's made a balls up of it because they didn't get their orders right for the vaccine or something.
Oh,
so
man,
they
imagine,
screwed up.
imagine messing up the rollout of a vaccine to a deadly global pandemic.
I know,
What kind of
right,
government
let's-
would do that.
Sharon, do we want to order 10 or 10 million? I forget.
Yeah, I can't remember which it is.
Which
Um,
one is it?
Here's the interesting thing, though. We throughout this whole pandemic, we've been a bit shit in the UK. We didn't close.
I don't know if you've
borders.
been paying attention to America.
I know. No, I know.
I know,
But
right?
we've been. We're the 5th worst in the world, so we're still pretty shit.
We're
but
number
yeah,
5.
so I know. Yeah, so we're
But
we're top
America,
5,
they're right
yeah.
up there, aren't they? They love being number
Yeah,
one.
America's number 1, but we're top 5.
Chinny, put something fun. There you go. Sorry.
I know, yeah. So we could have closed borders. We could have stopped people coming in with it, but we didn't do any of that shit. So we just let it run riot.
Come on in.
I know, yeah. Come on in, bring your COVID with you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a summer.
What's that?
Everyone
Have you
go
got-
on holiday and bring it back with you. It's be fine.
What's in the bag?
But anyway,
COVID?
that aside,
Yeah.
we're finally world leading in something, and that's giving out the vaccine. So that's going to be
We're
a good
smashing
thing,
it.
you
We're
know?
smashing the vaccine.
I know.
That's
Finally,
right.
we're doing something right.
The longer we lock
Huzzah.
down,
And
the more
Hurrah.
people we jab, the better.
Yeah, I totally
more
agree. I
it's-
totally agree.
And speaking about political and government stuff, I recently sat down with a conversation with our friend Greg DeLacy
Yeah.
from the Overseas Connection.
Oh, God, I feel like we're podcasting with Duke now.
He did
And-
podcast
Really
with
was.
Duke.
We
really was.
We don't agree on much
No.
politically, but we had some combat on Twitter, it's friendly social sparring. And I said, look, dude, he made a statement I completely disagree with. I said, let's talk about this.
What
Let's-
statement
let's
did he
have a
make?
conversation.
What statement did he make?
He said on Twitter, it wasn't a coup attempt. Calm down, everybody. It was a few people who got out of hand, something like that. I read it out on the show.
Yeah.
And everybody, he got 10 responses that were like mine, which were absolutely not. This was a total insurrection. They were trying to overthrow the government, which they were. And I'm not trying to, throw shade on Greg when he's not here, but he was totally wrong. So but no, I mean, to his credit, he wasn't sure if he wanted to actually come on the show, but he did. And I think we had a really good discussion. There were a number of moments when we said, yeah, I really agree. We found common ground, but we didn't give up what we believe. And I argued some things very passionately, and he did too. And I think it demonstrated that we can still have civil discussions about difficult stuff, even through great difference. And it's not the end of the world. It's just we plant seeds to each other, and we say, here's what I think, and you chew on that, and I'll tell you what I think, and I'll chew on what you said. And, hopefully it was useful to people.
Can I just say, right, I love Greg to bits, I do. But just to clarify, Trump definitely said to inject yourself with bleach. He said it live on the
He definitely did say
He
that.
fucking definitely
He
said
definitely
it.
did say
When
that.
Greg's going, no,
Yeah.
he didn't say that. Like,
I haven't.
No, he fucking definitely did.
I
I've
haven't
seen the
listened to
clip.
it all. I've listened to.
It wasn't a deep fake.
I
He definitely did that.
I listened to 30 minutes of it just before the show, dude. So I haven't listened to it all. But when Greg says, "Oh, he didn't mean to inject bleach," I love Greg. I really do. He's one of my favourite people. I love him.
You do.
But
You went to see him in person.
yeah. Donald definitely said that.
I've met him.
There is
Donald Trump definitely said
100%
that, yeah.
guarantee that
He
Donald
definitely
meant
100% said it.
that.
And he
yeah.
meant it.
Because
He
you can
wasn't
tell he
joking.
meant it because the doctor who was sat next to him going, "What the fuck is he talking about? I never told him to say that."
It was so, and he's like, "And we can put light inside ourselves."
Yeah.
Well, it's 3 more days. Inshallah, there won't be any, violence. 'cause the
Can we just give
FBI
a
's
shout
stopping it all.
out? A shout out to the chat on
Ooh.
Twitch because we got is a stinky poo
Yeah.
says, "Hey legends." I don't know who that is. It's a new person in the chat.
Maybe he's talking about the people
he
that
also
raided the
said on
Capitol.
Twitch. He also said on Discord, "This Twitch sucks."
Yeah,
All
he
I
did
get
say
the
that
show
as well. He
starting
did say
soon.
that. He did say that.
Well, I'm sure he loves this animation of the 3 of us just moving around slightly.
This
over
isn't
the
an
Well,
animation.
you
This
know.
is real.
This
is
is
us.
us.
This is the live feed.
This is the
When
live.
we
the
record
live
the show, we
feed
just stand near
of
each
us.
other.
You don't want the live feed of me right now. I look like a goddamn mess.
I'll tell you this though, people. Look, I know people make fun of me for playing games during the show. I haven't messed with that, and I'm scared to try it because I got this new audio setup, and I don't want to take any chances that the audio from the video game might get onto the show. So
Oh,
I'm
don't
being
worry.
good.
Look at me. I look like a fucking mess.
It's a matter of time.
Look,
You
I've got a
do,
spot
you
on my
do.
face. I've wore this T-shirt for 2 days.
I
just-
like-
Tell
I
you've
like
worn that
it's-
T-shirt for 2 days. What's the problem?
I'm liking it's a gaming reference T-shirt. That's pretty cool.
It's
is
oh yeah, it's a Dishonored.
Dishonored.
Yeah.
Dishonored.
Basically whenever we get gaming T-shirts, they turn into jammies T-shirts for
Yeah.
bed.
Sorry,
That's
do
how they
you
should
get
be.
gaming T-shirts often? Like,
All-
is this something
we
that
get
comes into the
so
show?
much free
EGX,
shit.
you get
Oh,
quite a
I got
few,
you.
We
yeah.
get so much
Fair
free shit sent to us
Swag.
all the
Yeah.
time. We're
All
just
the
giving it
time,
away.
All the time. We've just got
Apparently.
piles in the corner. Just piles of stuff.
Piles on piles.
Yeah.
All
Piles
right,
of
any other
stuff.
story times?
Lord in the
No,
chat
I
says,
don't think so.
Chitty's let himself go. You're right, Stephen. I think I have a little
What do
bit.
you mean? He had nothing to let go in the first
No,
place.
I wasn't holding on to anything.
Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
I got a Ujig McTalk, boy.
Now it's got hot new games like The Legend of Soltar. Plus it cures all diseases, dude.
See that
By
that
the
clip,
way,
that clip too. Like, what's that? What's the point in that?
I don't know. It's good.
It's
I like
Aqua
it.
Teen
Leave
Hunger
him alone.
Force.
It doesn't do
Oh
anything.
my god, I love it. That's okay. If somebody out there has watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force, they know
Nobody
about
has
the
watched
Ujig
that.
McTalk.
Who out there has watched that? I
Hey,
don't
hey,
even
hey,
know what
hey,
that
hey,
is.
hey,
What the
you all
fuck?
didn't know about Ani DeFranco, and then I played Ani DeFranco, and guess who tuned in and said, "Oh, I love Ani DeFranco."
name is
What, Ani DeFranco?
So shut the hell up.
We've
Can I say,
warned
by the
you
way, my
about this.
I know I have got a favourite clip. By the way,
Oh yeah, what's that?
I like the tiddly the tiddly clip. I think
Yeah,
that's
that's a
pretty
good
Oh
good.
yeah, that's a great clip.
Do you know what?
I'll take credit for that one.
That was at
it.
EGX, wasn't it?
Oh,
In Robin's room.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, it was.
You was talking
don't-
about
you see-
file. No, you haven't found it yet, dude.
Why are
Get
there
it.
so many clips of me?
Because you make silly noises.
Get the tiddly
I
one.
forgot about that one.
Okay, here comes the tiddly one.
So there you go.
He's doing a funny thing, isn't
I just played all of the Stewart ones except for that one.
Montage.
So that there was we were in
If you
a
don't
we're in
know.
a hotel room, right?
Yeah.
It's me,
Stu was on the
Robin,
bed.
Stu, Chris, Robin, Verbal Robin. I don't know if there's anybody else in there with us. John Mouse, I think.
I was on the bed. I remember
right.
being on the bed.
And you was on the bed, and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Robin's concerned about file sizes, and you said the file size are tiddly, and then I'm filming
Is that
you.
where I came from?
I'm filming you, and you go, yeah, they're tiddly, and then you look at the camera going tiddly, tiddly, and then I change the audio. It's it's hilarious. I'm feeling a bit loose tonight. I don't think we should talk about video games. Fuck them.
Well, you need to go to Lou, mate.
Yeah, I am.
What you been playing?
Oh wait, I already played that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
there you
Don't
go.
do that on your chair.
Whoops. Man, I can't remember what I played.
What we
Anyway,
doing?
spin a
Hey,
wheel.
check it out.
Chinny,
I
for
got this
God's sake.
office thing. There's this whole
yeah.
thing from the office.
We're just doing whatever we want tonight. It's like a Christmas episode. Shit.
Sky's the limit, people. Just playing the guitar.
Actually, I'm off tomorrow, so I have got a beer. So
oh,
let's do
sweet. This is
shit.
going to be 6
I know.
hours long.
We can do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're off too because of Martin Luther King. Thanks a lot, MLK. We love you.
I've been playing.
Jude,
I've been playing. What?
Oh, just a second.
Oh, you're not spinning the wheel, huh?
No,
I
just a minute.
I'll
Jude.
Yes, yes.
Kay wants to know, are you in work? Are you actually at the school?
No, why would I be in the school? It's Sunday.
No, just in general. Are you actually in? Is it remote learning or are you in school?
Oh no. Well, the teachers are in the building. The students are not.
Ah, right. Okay, that's fine. She was just
But-
asking. I said, do you know? I have no idea whether because obviously
that's gonna-
all schools are closed.
But that's
so-
going to change on the 22nd of February. They're pushing ahead to bring the students back, and we're saying teachers should be inoculated before you bring students back. So-
Well, that's
That
what's going
seems
on in
like
this
a
country.
sensible idea.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? Well, that's why our district probably won't do it.
Nope.
But yeah, there's I don't know whether you saw today actually, Chinny, but university tutors are threatening to strike if they bring back students before the summer. So that's
my
happening.
reaction. to it.
Anyway, let's talk video games. Fuck this shit.
So games.
Yeah, video games.
Spin the wheel. Let's spin
I
the
can't
wheel.
find my chapstick all of a sudden. Where'd my chapstick go?
Stu, it's you.
Good, because
Yeah,
it's
it's you.
that time of year, people. It
What's
is
that?
that time when we're all a bit fat. You know, COVID's not helped with that because of fat
That's
already.
all times of year for me.
I know, yeah. Like Corona belly, that's what we're calling it.
No,
Lockdown weight.
mine is cheese and chocolate belly. I guess.
Yeah,
all
Corona belly.
times, all the time.
So I thought, you know what? It is time to get in trim. It is time to do
Oh
this.
shit.
Oh shit, indeed.
snap.
Oh fuck.
So I took my old Quest VR headset
Oh shit.
and I have
Oh,
deleted
snap.
everything off that
What the
from
fuck?
apart from fitness apps.
What the actual fuck is going on?
Oh, yeah.
Take it home with you.
I love that.
So the
That's
only
one of my
thing I-
favorite ones. That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I know, because you gave me that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the only thing I have left on the Quest are fitness.
Oh
apps.
boy. Oh boy.
Dude.
I'm thinking of
Oh
buying
my
a new one as
God.
well. I'm thinking of getting O-Shape because that looks kind of fun.
Oh.
Oh.
Have you seen O-Shape? Have you seen O-Shape?
Oh yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking
So
about.
it's basically. Have you seen the wall? You know
Yeah.
where you have to fit your body through a hole in a wall?
Mother, should I write the song? Mother,
Anyway,
do you think
it's
I built the
basically
wall?
That the game. So you sort
Yeah.
of have to fit yourself in the shape of the
Okay.
body coming towards you.
Sounds
That's
great.
Apparently, and
ridiculous.
apparently it's quite good fun. But I haven't played that because I might get that and play it.
I
next
know,
week,
hey,
so
if we
I'm
want to talk about games
Okay.
we haven't played, this is going to be a longer
Ah,
show.
gonna-
I haven't
but
played
what
Cyberpunk 2077, so yeah. Well, you
But
have.
what I have played, I played some Beat Saber. And we'll
Beat
talk a
Saber,
little
standard. Standard.
Do you have anything
I've-
new to say about it?
bit. Not really. It's just interesting how quickly you get back into it. 'cause
I
I've not played it
haven't
for-
given Beat Saber a good old fair
Yeah,
crack.
need to.
Do
you
you
need-
actually
you
sweat
should,
balls
man.
doing it?
Oh, once you get up to sort of expert level,
Maybe
you
I should
sweat.
play it because
Oh,
I too. I mean, Stu, I'm no fat bastard
No,
or
not
anything
at
like
all,
that.
not at all. You
You
don't
know,
know.
look at me, right? I'm fine, but now and again, that's the thing with weight; it creeps on you like a dirty
does,
Yes, it does.
stalker, right? And
Middle-aged spread, man. It's coming.
it's
Get
coming,
ready.
and it came.
Yeah.
Like in 2018, January 2018, I was very jowly, and then I lost all the weight for the wedding. And when
Yeah.
I met you guys in Manchester, I'd lost a lot of that weight by then.
You were very thin.
Very thin. And for my wedding, I look like a fucking athlete. I look great in my wedding pictures. That's the problem. When I get kids, they're going to go, Dad, why do you look
Who
so
is that?
great in the
What
What
pictures?
happened to this?
And
I
why
don't
do
know
you
who
look so
Yeah, yeah.
awful? And I'll say the reason is, son or daughter, you stupid selfish bastard.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, I've been thinking, I maybe I need to do a little bit of jiggery jew to and play Beat Saber, a good old fair waxy. So you're saying that this will give me a good old
Yes,
run
when
for my
you-
money?
Is
Yeah,
that a
I'm
common
really-
expression over there, jiggery Jew? Because it sounds
Yeah,
kind of
jig-
anti-Semitic.
heard that?
I need to do a little
Jiggery
jiggery Jew.
You see, this is you
Oh,
turning.
dreidel.
you can't say anything these days without offending anybody.
You. Yeah, and also in Oculus Quest, I don't know if you noticed this, Ginny, but there's like a fitness tracker thing built in now.
Right.
So it tells you how many calories you burnt in every app that you're using. So
see.
it'll track all that bullshit.
Oh, good.
Um,
You ain't
it
gonna
doesn't
lose a
seem-
lot in poker, right? Really?
No, about 2. It doesn't
Yeah, all in, baby. What?
it doesn't seem to work on the original Quest. I haven't tried it really on the new one because I obviously don't want to get all sweaty and horrible.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem to work, but maybe it'll get updated and it'll work properly. I don't know. But yeah, Beat Saber is good if you want to lose weight. It is better with obviously modded songs and stuff, because you're more inclined to play those a lot. But even in the base game, there are a lot of decent songs. Sort of decent tunes.
What's your
stuff
favorite
like,
song in the base game?
Angels' Voices in the base
that
game,
is.
which is about
Okay.
6 minutes long.
Oh my
So it's an absolute beast. It goes on, and there's lots of different tempo changes, so it's quite a cool tune. Another cool one is called Crab Rave.
Oh God, sounds a bit
Crab
Rave, that's pretty
unpleasant.
Okay.
It is kind of, but I don't remember a lot of the original songs because I hardly played the base game. But obviously, when I very first got it, I played a lot of that stuff. But once I'd modded it, I barely ever played any more of those sorts of tunes.
Yeah.
But there's plenty in there, and I'll be honest with you, if you want to move and you want to sort of at least get your heart rate going, this game will do that for you.
I want to move. I want to be a dancer, Ma. A dancer.
Definitely get you moving. Anyway, that aside, because there's not a lot to say about that, because it Beat Saber's Beat Saber.
Beat Saber. Beat
That's
Saber.
all I'll say about it. Just aside from the
Just
last.
bang
5
on it
minutes.
for about 10 minutes.
Oh,
Whatever.
But what I have been playing a lot of
It's just a shorthand for I want to keep talking. Go ahead.
is less of an app and more of a less of a game, should I say, more of an app, which is called Fit XR.
It's called Parlor. Oh,
Fit
okay.
XR.
Fit
It
XR.
used to be
Yeah.
called Box VR, and then they rebranded
right.
it all. So they
Okay.
rebranded everything. It's still boxing, but it's almost like I haven't played this since they rebranded it.
Oh, no.
And it is almost like a brand new game. I don't know whether you can actually. I've put just that, but I bet there's a Fit XR versus Box VR comparison or whatever. But the differences are astounding. The changes that they've made.
Is this like Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
No. These are like full-on exercise classes. So
Okay.
it's kind of like there's a trader shouting your encouragement, telling you how you're doing on your score and your multipliers and your streaks and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like Beat Saber to music, but it's boxing. So rather than obviously swinging lightsabers, you're actually boxing, doing uppercuts, like hooks, jabs, double punches, ducking,
Okay.
sort
In
of
time
going
with the
side to
beat
side.
or whatever.
In time with the beat of the music. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there. There's some, there's a good variety of tunes. There's like rock music, electronic stuff, pop. So there's all sorts of kind of stuff. The classes range from like 3 minutes up to about 40 minutes.
Pop.
And then on top of all of that shit, they've now introduced like dancing classes as well.
Ooh.
Which I haven't done. I feel a bit of a prat.
Sexual exercises?
Well, Stuart, if you have a helmet on your head and you're waving little sticks around,
No, this isn't too bad.
it's a little late to start worrying about if you feel like a prat.
Punching stuff's all right.
I used to do when I was losing weight at the gym because I didn't like being on my own in the gym because of my I don't feel like you push yourself if you're on your own. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't really feel like I can do a few
Unless you're
things
Terry.
here. Yeah, so I did these classes, and one of them was like a body fit class, and it
Right.
was like kind of like dancing, but and it was mostly women. There was one other guy in there, and he fucking killed me. And like I got this like 50-year-old woman next to me, just going at it, just absolutely nailing it. All right, and I'm just
Don't give her a
dying.
ponytail.
Let's get one more press up, guys. Here we go. I'm like, fucking hell, why? So they worked.
Okay, stop.
Yeah.
I'm
What,
glad to
what's
hear it was
cool
effective.
about what they've done though in the original game, those where they lean inside side and ducking and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest, I've got dodgy knees. Right?
Oh yeah.
One of my knees is particularly
What
dodgy because I broke it.
Do they
when I
sell
was
stuff
about
on the black market? Are they that kind of dodgy?
Yeah, dodgy knees. But yeah, one of my knees plays up a bit when I duck a lot
All right.
and squat.
Which one is it? Your left or your right?
My left
Oh,
is
thank-
my left
yeah,
knee.
Okay.
I know, thank God for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've added in a tick box now, so you can tick to have no squatting.
Oh yeah, that's
Which
good.
is
I was gonna say it should make it more accessible by doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So I was like, that's perfect. I don't have to
Yeah.
do any squats or anything.
Can you tick it all so you don't have to do anything?
Just you're doing great. Keep it up.
Give it up.
Although
You're just standing still. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Although
All
I haven't
right.
done
Don't
this
touch
yet,
anything.
they've added like proper multiplayer dance, like exercise classes with
So
other
it's
people.
now Dance Dance Revolution is what you're saying.
I have no idea, but they've added that. I haven't tried that, but they've added that in as well. So there's proper live classes and stuff.
Mm.
It's impressive. I mean, I must admit, right? I bought this a long time ago when it was just the boxing thing, but it's definitely a lot slicker looking, and the hit detection seems to work a whole lot better than
Yeah.
it did in the original game. So they've definitely improved a lot.
They've been working on it. They've been working on it.
But here's the funny thing, right? So I've been doing all this stuff, okay, exercising and all that shit, and on was it Friday morning? Might be Friday or Saturday morning. I woke up, right, and I'm like, ooh, my back's really aching.
Oh,
And
yeah.
but here's the funny thing, right? My first thought was, I wonder if it's a side effect from the vaccine. Right? And then I went, oh no, it'll be all that stuff I've been doing in VR, won't it?
I think it has more to do with you bobbing and weaving with a helmet on your head. Did you have any side effects of the jab?
No, none really.
Just-
My arm
that's-
hurt for a bit, but that was it.
Well, that's all shots
It's
mostly.
chronic vomiting.
Yeah.
Well, that's what George Carlin said. One thing you definitely don't want to hear from your doctor is, well, Mr. Smith, there's no reason you shouldn't live another 30 to 40 years. However, you will be bleeding constantly from both eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. Look, I tell you, all those people who bought one of these things at Christmas, you know, because there's quite a few. We know quite a few people who've invested in a Quest.
Yes.
If you want to
Invest
get
in a
fit,
quest.
invest in a Quest.
Inquested. Yeah.
If you want to get fit, this you could do a lot worse than Fit XR. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
but we need to see a week from now if you've stuck with it. That's the real
I know,
question about a fitness
this
regimen. Because
goes
everybody
by
gets
the way.
excited at first, and then it's like 2 months later, the Peloton is collecting dust.
Well,
in
I
the
was
corner,
playing
and it's like, screw that.
Call of Duty Warzone with my friend Damo, and
And
she,
getting in shape. You were
she
like,
was
"Look, I
made.
lost all
She
this
was met Damo in real life. Damo is he's a very muscly gentleman. All right, he's a personal trainer. So this guy is ripped.
I hate him already.
He's ripped. This guy.
Yeah.
And his friend who I was playing with, he's also a personal trainer. I also follow him on Instagram, and he's also ripped as well. This other guy's ripped, and he was like, "Oh, I've got to go to the gym." And he's got a gym in his kind of like garage or whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. And he's like, "I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it." And I'm like, "Does that ever go? Like you two are ripped, like your peak physical
Yeah, right.
condition." And
Well, how do you think they stay that way?
yeah, but you talk as if you're like me. Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, right.
And they go, no, it just never goes. Like, you just feel better
course
for it
not.
when you do it. And
Yeah, and it's easier. It's not as hard to get started if you've
No.
been keeping at it.
that's right.
Because I over the summer I actually was riding my bike 10 miles a day maybe and doing sit-ups and lifting weights and stuff. And then as soon as school starts up, fuck that shit. I come home, I'm like, "Ugh." And on the weekends I'm like, forget it. I rode the bike a little bit today, but yeah, every time I get started again, I'm like, oh god, it's so much easier when you're in the routine.
Duke, I'm going to send you a link to Damo's fitness website.
It's not gonna do any good. No, I'm not gonna look at it.
No, I just want you to see the picture of him on there.
Wow, what? I'm imagining Charles Boyle.
Just look at the picture
Who
of
the hell
him,
is Charles Boyle?
right?
Chinny knows who Charles Boyle is.
Just look at the picture of him.
Get damn fit.
His name's Damo, so damn. There you go.
Okay. Yes, his back looks like a cauldron of snakes.
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's
That
ridiculous.
before and after picture, I have to say, is not. I mean, that's not miles apart. It
No.
looks like it was photoshopped a little bit.
Yeah.
He smiled. But anyway, yes, no, he's very fit, and that's hey, more power to you. Now, here's the thing, everybody, no matter what your weight is, no matter how you feel about your body, work out, eat better to be healthy, and to hell with your body ego. It's not about the body ego. So
It's totally
be
about it.
healthy.
What are you talking
Well,
about?
you chase what you want to. I'm not going to chase my body ego.
Totally about it. But yeah, the
Anything
other thing
else from this game?
no, it tracks everything. So it tracks how long you've played for, how many calories you burned. So this all has all that stuff built in to tell you.
Yes.
And it's got a score. And let's be honest, we're gamers. We like streaks. We like
Well,
scores.
yeah,
Mm.
of course.
You know, that it's a very gamified way of exercising, but totally, hits all those
Well,
right.
if it works, it works. Yeah, yeah.
You
And
know,
it's for a good cause,
especially
not
for the
just
gamers, it goes up.
getting.
Oh my god! In the
silly
chat,
little
in the
coins or
chat,
something.
Matthew Alexander says, "Hi fellas, I followed Chinny's
Hi.
advice. Whenever somebody says I followed Chinny's advice, I get
Oof.
immediately worried.
Why would you do that?
Yeah,
So
What is wrong with you? What are you thinking?
and just ate when I was actually hungry. It seems obvious, but it worked for
yeah.
me. That
yeah.
and push-ups. I'm 20 pounds lighter now. Thanks for the tip.
Well, how often do you
Well,
find yourself like eating and thinking like, "Wow,
Yeah.
why, am I actually hungry?" No,
yeah,
I'm not. Like,
that's what yeah. The only thing that I do, which is a little bit naughty, is I actually like starve myself, which is bad for you.
Well,
yeah,
bad
it is
is bad,
bad
yeah.
for you.
But
Uh,
the intermittent fasting is a proven fact to be good. So I
Well,
do a
the
little bit.
best thing about it is that the less you eat, the less you need to eat, and the less you want to eat.
Yeah,
So,
I-
but you
I-
have to listen to yourself. That's what I don't do. When I start eating something delicious, I'm just like, nah, this is so
See,
awesome. I'm trying to keep eating. And then I get done and I'm like, man, I should have stopped like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, the thing that I've really learned to do recently with food is to not finish the plate. I always
you
clean
know,
the plate.
I'm literally just going to say the worst thing I do is
Clean the
I
plate.
have too much on my plate and I feel like I have to eat it all.
There's-
Even if
I
I'm
think-
getting
Of
I
course.
think there's
already
a masculinity thing going on there. Like I've got to clean the plate. I'm a man. You're not a real man if you. And I don't
Well,
bother
also
now.
there's
If there's
people
food
fighting
left,
in the
I'm
world
like,
who
well,
bring
there's food left.
people.
I don't know. What can you do? Can I save it?
Well,
Can I
and if
eat
you
it?
can think about it in terms of like, this will be great to have later. Like,
Yeah.
that's a good way to think about
I
it.
had
Positive.
half a pizza yesterday. We ordered a pizza for a take. We don't have takeaway pizza very often. We ordered pizza, and I had a half of it yesterday, and I had half of it today, and I was so looking forward to having the other half today. So you just get two meals.
No doubt.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Well, that's
All
my.
right.
Yeah,
Moving
get
on.
fit, people.
Get fit, bitch.
Yeah.
Fit.
Right.
That would be the name of my fitness website. Get
Get
fit,
fit.
get fit, bitch.
Yeah. Spin the wheel, Chinny.
Derogatory thing. That's a
See,
reference.
Soul Brother #1 says, "I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force." So this is for Soul Brother.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Plus, it cures all diseases, dude.
Shake is the man.
He
Shake
doesn't-
to ship.
Why does it always land on the same? This wheel is
No,
wank.
spin it again.
Wheel is whack.
Look, it keeps
Yeah, it
landing
is.
on Stu. It does this every week. It lands
Well,
on the
take
same.
him off. I thought you had something that could take him out.
You know what I've done? I've pressed it about 5 times, so it's going to spin for a while. It landed on Duke. Great. Lovely.
All right. Woo, Duke.
I love that. Sean
Um,
Steele says, "We were brought up to finish everything on your plate and then wipe the plate with bread."
And then eat the
We
plate.
used to have to get up out of the lake at 6 in
know,
the
yeah.
morning, half an hour before I went to bed.
Yeah. Eat the plate and then
yeah.
shit out the
whole
plate
streak
while the
thing.
family
no,
watches.
I'm talking, it's my name on the thing.
Eat the plate.
My dad used to make us eat bread with every meal.
Okay, go on.
Bread with that lad. Get some bread.
My wife.
All right. So this thing with streaks you're talking about, Stu, it's really idiotic. I don't understand why people are motivated by streaks.
Yeah.
All right. I've been playing Red Dead Online. and
Yes.
The cool thing is if you get a streak for your
Yes.
daily challenges 7 days in a row, it multiplies your gold takeaway.
it does.
So I'm getting crazy paid off of these challenges. What? But sometimes they're really stupid because it's like
Change your clothes.
Eat seasoned. No, I don't mind change your clothes. I can do that easily. But it's like eat seasoned mutton. And I'm
Yes.
like, first of all, that means I have to go find a sheep, and then I have to go find some oregano. I don't have time for that shit.
Oregano.
It's easy to do. It's easy to do.
Well, it's for you. It's easy to do.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I don't want to go looking around for sheep. One time it was skin 5 cows. Well, first of all, there's not a lot of cows running around wild. So I had to go into someone's home pen and like kill their cows.
Damn straight.
What the hell am I,
You,
the
you
invisible
horrible
dude from
person.
Fallout New Vegas? I didn't do
Holy
it.
crap.
So I just find the easiest one to do, which is usually like visit these 2 towns in 10 minutes or something, and I'm like, okay, I can do that.
You
Like,
know,
just hop
that,
on do the fast travel. Like, who
that
gives a
reminds
shit?
me of a story. I used to work with some. This sounds horrible. That I shouldn't laugh because it's awful. But I used to work with someone who was in the army, and you know when they do the survival training and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were sent out like in the middle of nowhere to sort of and given very basic rations and like hunting kits and stuff, and told that obviously they had to hunt for food or anything like that. If they wanted any more food, they had to catch it themselves and stuff. And he went into some. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny,
It's
right?
not funny, Stu.
I know. He went into somebody's back garden and took the rabbit out of the hutch and ate it.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
It is horrible.
That's awful.
Terrible. I don't know why he's funny, but
First of all, they didn't drop him in a very remote location, I guess. Like, here,
Well-
you're in the middle of nowhere. No, there's
well,
somebody's
right.
house right over there. Okay, well, go for
there
it.
are random houses in the middle of even like, you know,
I guess so.
in the
That's
middle of
crazy.
nowhere.
Anyway,
yeah,
if
it
I
sounds-
may,
Cat. Not pet cat. He didn't eat a cat, so no pet rabbit.
Wow.
Okay, like I was saying before, I was rudely
He
interrupted.
probably would have eaten a cat if there was one.
Yeah.
okay. Anyway, Red Dead Online. I have two things to really say about this. First of all, it's not about the game. So even though that says that on this sound clip, I'm saying something else.
I just want to say, this game. I'm done.
But that means the swamp. No, not the game. The swamps. Lemoyne. As soon as I see Lemoyne, I'm like, nope, I'm not going anywhere near it because I've been doing bounty hunter missions, right? And there are the like legendary bounty hunter missions, which are usually it's just go find this person and it's randomized. It's a radiant quest. You know, they send you to the same house over and over again. You got to hide on the roof, and then they show up. You take everybody out. You try to get the guy alive. He'd probably try to shoot you. You have to shoot him, and then you get less money because you brought him back dead. All right, but there are some that are legendary bounties, and I don't know if you've tried any of these, Chinny, but
I have.
they're interesting because they're little stories. It's
Little
like they have a
stories.
little cut scene before it, and
Yep.
it's like this person burned down all these houses and whatever, and now you got to go find him. And I'm like, all right, I'm ready. Let's do it. And then like he's not running away from you. He's just sitting there at the stew pot or whatever. And I come up to him and he's like, oh, you got to taste this. And I'm like, first of all, why would you taste that? You're supposed to bring the dude in. Like, he's right there. Just shoot him in the head and bring him home. No, you're going to eat the soup. And then you, like, pass out and there's all this weird stuff going on. And then he's running at you over and over again. And you're like, ah. And you have to shoot him in a certain part of his body in order to make him go away in a puff of smoke. And you do that like 6 times. And then it's like, okay, now go find him in the swamp. I'm like, no, I don't want to find him in the swamp because you take 3 steps, alligator guy. You take another step, water moccasin, you're dead. Over and over again, and there's nowhere to stand. You're wading in the
Just
water.
take a
the most
good
stressful part of,
shotgun.
the most stressful part of the whole game was when you had to go deal with that alligator in the swamp during the single player. Well, let's make that a whole area of the map. No, fuck the swamp. I'm not going in it ever again. I'm done.
Oh, okay.
But fortunately, that's only one part of the map, and there's so much else on the map that's awesome and fun. And you know what I've really come to enjoy?
What?
The fishing. I never thought I'd get into the fishing, but I really enjoy just, I'll do a bounty, I'll do a mission where I have to deliver the mail, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll get some meat, buy some more bullets, and let's go fishing. And today I caught, because I've been catching mostly like rock bass, which are like, 1.5 pounds maybe. And it's like, whatever, that's fine. I got a couple of, because I'm not advanced enough. You have to be a certain level in order to get the lake lure.
That's
so
right.
I'm just using worms right now, right?
Yep.
So I can't get the real big stuff. So I've been using worms, but I got a few like 4-pound bass. And I was like, oh, look at that. And it's cool because you can tell that you have something bigger because you can't reel it in so fast.
Yeah.
Right?
It's fighting you. It's fighting
Which
you.
is nice. Yeah, exactly. And then today I was in Saint Denis and I was on the docks and I'm like, oh, I'll try to fish off the docks, but you can't really fish off the docks really well. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I went to the north part of the docks and then the south part of the docks. And the north part of the docks, there was no, there's like disturbances in the water when there's fish about. There was really none of that on the north side. So I was like, all right, let me try on the south side. So I ran to the south side. I should have taken the horse, but whatever. I almost passed out at one point because I forgot that you have a stamina meter on you when you're running. So I was like, why am I about to pass out? Oh, yeah, I have a stamina meter. Anyway, and the other nice thing about fishing is it's an easy way to build up your health. So if anybody's just starting on Red Dead Online, then you can go fishing a bunch, and every fish you catch basically gets you 10 max health. So that's pretty nice. However, here's the thing. There is this shallow part where there are a bunch of boats docked in the harbor on the north side of Saint Denis. And I was like, and there's all this activity where there's fish. And I'm like, what? They're in this close. They must be tiny fish. But I'll give it a try. So I caught like 2 tiny fish. And then I caught this thing was on my line. And it was just like, and it took forever to get it in. It was fighting. I get it in. It's 14 pounds.
Whoa.
It was a 14-pound fish. I was like, holy crap. And normally you put the fish in your little bag and then you go. And I was like, I got it, and it's, you can either keep it or throw it back. So I was like, keep it, and then it's like you can store this on your horse, and he's just standing there holding it with both hands. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I
Wow.
guess I
So
should
it
do
was like,
something.
so you like flopped it on your horse like a body.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That is brilliant.
And
I love
fortunately,
the
there's
fact.
a butcher.
I love the fact, right? Because most games, right, you would just stick it in your backpack regardless, wouldn't you? Because that's just
Yeah.
what video games do.
Right.
But not in this game. In this
The
game,
level of
nope,
detail,
nope.
man.
You
Yeah.
flop it on your horse because it's too big for your bag.
Absolutely.
I love
Absolutely.
that.
So
That is
then the
cool.
question is, unfortunately, there's a butcher right near you in Saint Denis if you're near the water. So I got to sell it, and the blue people show up on the map as the other players,
Yep.
and they could rob you. And I was so worried that they were going to take this fish. I got $5 for that fish. I was like, damn, $5 for a fish.
That's a lot on Red Dead Online. That's a lot.
And it is a lot. And I recently got the Bounty Hunter uniform because I got to the level 10 on Bounty Hunter, so you
Yeah.
unlock a cool uniform.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
got that. That's sweet. And then the question is, okay, I'm almost to 10 gold bars. And the question is, what do I spend it on?
Hmm.
Because you can unlock these other roles, and not just, because right now I'm just basically doing Bounty Hunter missions all the time and fishing. But I think I'm going to do the trade, the trading thing from your camp.
I started
first
the
thing they gotta get you to do.
collector one today.
Yeah, I'm not so interested in
I
collecting.
did it by accident. I just saw the marker and I was like, oh, what's this? And I was like, well, I might as well do it now. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. And how's that going?
I haven't done anything. She says, oh, don't kill any animals. And then I saw a bear. I shot it. And she said, Harriet will be mad at you if you keep killing animals. I was like, all right, okay. How does she know?
Yeah,
So
right.
I haven't done any. But
She's
you've
got
got
spies
to
everywhere.
you've got to catch the animals alive, which I've never done.
Oof. Yeah. well,
Um,
that was the thing. There was a reward. I think it was yesterday for one of the daily challenges. It was drag a non-player character enemy behind you on the horse for like
Yeah.
5,000 feet.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not doing that. And then I was doing a bounty, and the woman was unarmed apparently. And she's running away. I'm like, oh, I can catch her alive. Sweet. So I lassoed her from the horse. And she struggled a little bit, and I didn't mean to drag her, but I did. And it was like, 10 feet, 10 out of 5,000 or whatever you need. And I was like, oh, I could just drag her around. That's really mean. I'm not doing that. I don't care about the goal.
This is the Wild West, Eric.
You do
Frank,
whatever
this
you
is
need to
the
do
way
to
it
get the goal,
goes,
man.
I'm afraid.
Yeah,
Well, I still got that weird online virtual morality, so
No.
I ain't doing it.
I killed.
But
I was playing
Actually,
it today.
no,
seriously,
I was playing this
there's a-
today, and I killed somebody so much that I killed their ghost.
I killed them so much.
well, see, that's the thing. As soon as anybody does anything to me, I'm like, parlay. I don't want to mess with this. Put it on defensive mode. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to fight other players.
I was
No.
just about to accuse you of killing the cows in someone's field and remembered you didn't do it.
No, I didn't. Exactly. So, yeah, I thought that would be mean. And there's a morality meter, which I'm not too fussed about, but I do like to have it up in the positive area because I don't want to murder people for no good reason. Like and I definitely don't like doing the murder player missions because that's somebody's good time that they're having, and I'm gonna come up and grief them. No.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one that was like, go kill the whole posse. I'm like, hell no, I'm not trying to go after a whole posse because there's 4 of them and 1 of me. They're gonna take me out easy. Ridiculous. But
Yeah,
the other
totally
thing, the last thing I'll
ridiculous.
say. Yeah, the last thing I'll say is I played a game. Usually, every time when I'm wandering around fishing or whatever, there's all these invites that come up. I don't know if you get this too, Chinny, but it's
Yeah.
like you've been invited to this free roam event. You've been invited to that, and usually I'm like, whatever, go away. But there was one. I think I kind of accidentally agreed to it, but I was like, all right, I'll see what it is, and it was like a railroad baron or something. And what it is it's basically like control part of the train. So there's a train, and you're on your horse, and you can get up to the train and jump on it, and then one of the cars is marked as like the car to capture. And if you're in it for a few seconds, then you capture it. But everybody else is trying to get to that car as well. So you're shooting, you're diving on the train, you're riding your horse. Like, it's a good combination of action and strategy. And I won the first time I ever played it, and I won. I was like, yeah! So that was fun.
Oh, it sounds
But
like
there's
fun.
it was fun, but there's no way to just do that. You know what I mean? You have to go into like a shooting series of games. And I'm like, it should be able to just do. I want to do the railroad.
That's just
thing. I wanna
Rockstar
do the thing on
multiplayer.
the
I don't
train.
know. Just
I know. It's
the way it
come
is.
on, Rockstar, get it together. But I'm having a lot of fun with Red Dead, and it's the type of thing you can just throw on, do a daily challenge, catch a few fish, go after a bounty, and then okay, now I'm gonna. Do
I love it. I was playing it
And-
today with Marsh, and we every time we play it, we're like, oh my god, this game is just ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so chill.
And I created this awesome playlist with The Red Dead and Red Dead 2 soundtrack. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Awesome soundtrack. Brokeback Mountain, great soundtrack. They made an album called Oh Sister, which is women doing country and bluegrass music. Got a bunch of Willie Nelson, Dolly Parton songs. So I just put that on shuffle, and I'm like, yeah, that's my soundtrack, baby.
My jam.
Yeah. So that's it. Red Dead Online. Big thumbs up.
Big
I
thumbs
should have
up
just
from
bought
you.
this and then watched the story on YouTube.
Yeah,
Saved a
you
lot of
should have
money.
just done that. Should have done
I
that.
could have saved a lot of money. Oh well. I don't
The story's
regret
good.
it.
No,
Rockstar,
you must have had fun.
Rockstar needs money. I mean, they're
They
pretty
do.
hard.
They're struggling.
They are
it's good that-
scrimping. They're scrimping.
It was a
at the moment.
donation to a worthy cause, basically.
It was. It
Definitely
was.
was.
Yeah. All right, who's next?
Ginny. Ginny is next.
Yeah, I'll go.
Ginny.
So, yeah, that was my gameplay, by the way. Me playing Red Dead live.
Nice.
Alive.
Live. Right. So I've been playing video games, which is good.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
I said to myself, I needed something easy, something quick, something dirty.
Dirty.
So I put on the old Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Oh, the single player.
Zombies was free this weekend.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares about that? And
Antonio.
Call of Duty. What is it? Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Bloody hell!
I didn't even know you bought this.
I did.
I don't think I'm gonna buy this.
I was drunk when I bought it.
Nice.
Which is not true, but
because he doesn't drink.
I don't
So
drink.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I'm really
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So it's 80s as fuck. This game.
Okay.
It's set in the
Ronald
80s.
Reagan's in it, right?
Ronald Reagan's in it. I don't think it's actually him
war
because
criminal
he was
scumbag.
dead when this game was made.
Or so they say.
So they say. I don't know. So the game starts off and it's like, hey, we're in the 80s now, and you do a little mission. All right.
That's like John Mulaney. It's the olden days.
Well, it's a bit like the World War II game. It's like we're in World War II. Let's get in some trenches and stuff.
Well, and they did the JFK thing, the Bay of Pigs, and now they're doing Reagan.
But so what happens? You go, oh, we're in the 80s. Here's some 80s music. Yeah.
Right.
Then he goes, here's a mission in Vietnam. And you're like, well, I don't know. One sec. We were just in the 80s. There's no, but remember Nam. But we're in the 80s. Okay.
So they did a flashback to the 70s?
Flashback to the 70s. And then you go back to the 80s.
Yeah.
And then you do like a snow level. And you're like, what?
So, just let me check. Just let me check. Have
Wait.
you got a white suit and pastel T-shirt along with
Some of the characters do.
slip-on
Yeah.
shoes with no socks?
Yeah. Some of the characters do.
So wait, a snow level. Where are you doing a snow level?
It's
Where
like
does it take
Russia
place
or
in the
some
world?
shit. Like no one knows.
Yeah, we had
Some
special
shit.
operatives in Russia. Okay.
Russia or
I don't know. I could be wrong, but look, it
They
feels...
should have done a mission with El Mozote. That'd be cool. You'd be like, yeah, take that, peasant villagers. Because that's what Reagan did. Is he sent troops to El Mozote. Well, anyway.
Sure, he did. I don't know what you're talking
That's,
about, but
that's such a great reference. Thanks, Duke.
So
you're welcome.
This game feels a little bit hodgepodge together because it is, a game set in the 80s. You're like I don't know, some sort of person, agent, whatever.
Special ops.
You can pick your background as well, so you can say that you're MI6 or you can add your name, but everybody calls you Bell by your code name.
End.
I know, I think it stands for Bell End, but whatever. So it's like you put Mike Chin in, and he's like Mike Bell Chin. I'm like, that doesn't sound right to me, but whatever. And then you
Oh
do.
my God, there's never been a better time to play this. Where is it? Ah! Oh my God, where? Oh yeah, here it is.
I need you
Sorry.
to stop being a bellend.
There you go.
So, it's all 80s. You do a mission and it's on rooftops and it's 80s. And then you do a Vietnam mission and then you go back into this kind of briefing room where you're presented with a board. Let me see if I can get
A board.
like a cork board.
Okay.
Kind of like, and there's just people chilling out in this room. Like all the main characters are just chilling out in this kind of fucked up warehouse room. And there's a big kind of like chalk, like like a cork board, like a blackboard. And you pin shit in, and people pin things in. All your missions are on this board, and there's side missions on the board. But to unlock the side missions, you've got to find evidence within the missions that you play.
Oh God.
That was my reaction because I was like,
So
why
so this is
do I have to fucking find shit on my first playthrough to play levels in the game.
that are in the game.
Ugh.
You gotta unlock stuff.
So I was like, I don't want to, because like I don't mind getting collectibles when the game's done. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, depending on what I think of the game or whatever.
Like Assassin's Creed, you loved it, so you did all the collectibles on that.
So
Socrates.
Yeah, and then I'm like, but now I'm trying to find evidence, and I'm not really invested because you've got to try and find this piece of it, and you've got to pay attention and read stuff, and I'm like, this is Call of Duty. This isn't
thing in a game.
This isn't an RPG. Right. This isn't.
Yeah, but it's a new kind of Call of Duty. Trying to be a little more erudite.
You got to add that shit in.
Like when I played Cyberpunk, I was mentally prepared to play Cyberpunk. Do you know what I mean? I was prepared to take on a system with upgrades and things like that, and also like go stealth and go loud. I'm like, I don't want to do that in my Call of Duty. I don't want that. And then there's like there's missions where you've got to you can only do the mission if you can if you can decode the floppy disk. And I'm like, what? What? And then there's extra things, and then like I picked a thing up, and then like numbers started coming up on the screen, and it's like, oh, you've done something, and it's like,
ooh. But it's that thing of like, it's the same thing in Fallout when you go to the railroad headquarters, and the dude's got all the high tech stuff, and he's like, all right, I can decode this for you, but you need to get me this, and that. What is it that you say that you do here? Would you say, like, what is y'all's job? I thought that's.
Oh,
what's happened?
Duke's gone.
Oh my God, he just disappeared. What's happening? He just suddenly went off. He's gone off in the middle of a rant. Are we like that?
We might not even be recording right now.
We might not. That's actually a thing. What happened to him? Where's Duke? He's still
before
showing.
You try and save the show and carry on.
I know, because I was just thinking that we should just pause. What happened to him? He's probably still talking. Doesn't even know.
We can't hear you, Duke.
Yeah, probably still going on. He's chuttering away.
Hear you. He'll figure it
out. By the way, Chinny.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for Duke to figure himself out, did you see the Cyberpunk versus Grand Theft Auto video I put on the Discord?
I think I've already seen it. I don't think I watched
it. It is quite interesting how lacking in detail Cyberpunk is compared to a game that came out how long ago now?
7 years ago. Well,
7 years
8,
ago.
Coming up to 8, actually. Yeah.
It looks as good, if not better, than Cyberpunk, in my opinion.
Well, I suppose the one that they're showing you on that is a PC version, which has been upgraded.
Yeah, but regardless of that, it's still a game from nearly 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Versus a game that was literally released this year, or just latter end of last year, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but then, to be fair,
Duke's gone now.
Oh, he's gone altogether. To be fair, it has been in development since Grand Theft Auto came out.
Yeah, that's true.
So there is that. There is that as well.
Duke's back.
Funny. Duke is back.
I can see him talking.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, yeah, there you
Sorry.
go.
What happened? What happened, Duke?
My internet. This. I don't know. It might be the location. It might be the equipment. I don't know. Every once in a while, like once every week or 2 weeks, it just blinks off, and then it comes right back on.
Right.
So I don't know why. I don't know how to prevent it. I don't know how to deal with it, but I'm back, and I'm sorry for the confusion. You got my WhatsApp thing, right?
No.
Oh, well, I sent you a message on WhatsApp as soon as I realized what was going on.
Matter.
All right, so I'm going to hit record again. You ready?
Yeah, where were you up to, Chinny? Can you remember?
I was talking about Black Ops. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Boop. Black Ops is shit. So, no.
Yeah,
I like it.
But there's crappy things in it.
Listen, I like Cold War. I think it's fine. I just don't want to stop and look for stuff in the middle of the mission to play other missions. I just want to play the missions. It's simple.
That doesn't make sense, does it? It is kind of weird that you have to find stuff in a mission to play another mission.
It's trying to, and I get it's trying to be too smart for its own good, maybe, or trying to swap it up. And I'm just like, I get it.
Well,
you're
it's trying to give people something extra to do.
You're trying to change it up.
Bad guys isn't enough for some players.
Yeah, I don't want it. I don't want that in my Call of Duty. I like my Call of Duty to be just a filthy, dirty popcorn game where I just shoot stuff.
Well, sure.
But whatever.
You see, I'm looking at this cutscene here. And I know this is presumably meant to be the 80s bit, is it?
The 80s.
You see, the main character looks like someone from the 70s to me. He doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't scream the 80s
Well,
to me.
style doesn't just shift because the year has a
It
zero.
is 1981 as well.
Oh, so it's near the 70s.
It's
I
near the
guess, then.
70s. So
Yeah, I suppose.
and who gives a shit as well? So
Me.
Yeah.
Stu is the fashion police for video games.
I am. It should look right. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That kind of run me. I'll carry on playing it. It's fine. I'm enjoying it. It's fine. But
have you played any
Well, let's be
multiplayer?
honest, these kind of the popcorn movies of the video game
that's
world.
right.
aren't
And sometimes you
Of
just
course.
want a bit of dirty shooting stuff, fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I have played the multiplayer very, very briefly. The multiplayer seems absolutely fine to me. I don't know what you want.
They don't
really.
change it too much.
No,
from game
it
to
doesn't.
game, do they?
No, I played one round of
And
domination.
that's why I don't. Like, I buy it every 4th or 5th iteration because it'll last me. You know.
But I tell you what, I have had a bit of a second wind on Call of Duty Warzone. Like I cannot stop thinking about that game now.
Okay.
And I loved it when it came out, and I played it pretty consistently. And I played it on the 24-hour stream that I did, and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But like the last week or so, I've just been like, oh my god, I am obsessed with Warzone again. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I just want to play it all the time.
Have you gotten chicken dinners, or what do they call them in Warzone?
I don't know. Yeah,
Oh,
a
okay.
win
Yeah, a win,
first.
right.
But this is the thing with Call of Duty Warzone, right? For some reason, it always lags for me all the time.
Sure, it does.
Consistently. No. Like
Always.
I've got video evidence.
I just got a shot in the face. It was definitely
No.
like...
Like you can see it, Stu. You can see me running forward fast and then going backwards and then running forward and then going backwards and then I'm in a door, then I'm out of a door. And it's constant.
I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, like keeping track of 100 people's locations on an enormous.
But no one
map
else is no one else is getting it. No, like Matt's not getting it. Damo's not getting it. No one else in my team is getting it. Just me, right?
Interesting.
So I'm like,
Your internet's
well,
weak.
that's what I thought, right? Well, it must be my internet. I played the multiplayer on Modern Warfare, Black Ops. That's why I played the Black Ops multiplayer. I played the multiplayer on Red Dead. What else? I played multiplayer on something else. Nothing, right? I'm like, what is it? So I reset the router. I deleted Call of Duty Warzone and reinstalled it. I deleted the cache from the Xbox, which is something that you do.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And people say, well, is it a wired connection, Chinny? Is it a wired connection? And the answer to that is no. But my argument to that is everybody who plays Warzone does not have a wired-in connection.
No, absolutely not.
Right? No
No,
chance.
they don't.
So it
And
should
if it's a problem
work.
with the wired connection, it would cause problems in other game modes, but it doesn't. So that's not it.
So like I've bought the Wi-Fi thing that I've got at the moment. Let me talk to you about Wi-Fi setups. Right, what
Yes.
I've got. Let's talk dirty Wi-Fi setup. So
Okay.
I've got a router downstairs. It can't move from the living room. That's where the router lives. I can't do anything about that. Right, that's where the internet goes into the house.
Yes.
That plugs into a extender, which then extends the Wi-Fi to a thing that I've got plugged in here. It doesn't. It's not. It picks up the Wi-Fi signal and extends it. It boosts it. Right.
It boosts the signal. Right.
Boosts the signal, and that's what my Xbox is connected to, and that's pretty good. That's what I'm running on right now for the show.
What's
when
your
I'm
average ping?
I don't know what my average ping is, but my download is like 100 and 120. My upload is like 10, 12.
Yeah.
It's good internet, right?
Okay.
And I never struggle. I stream. I stream constantly. I never get any. I mean, sometimes there's been issues, but that's the internet. But pretty consistently, it's good, right? And Warzone does not fucking work.
That's frustrating.
And I'm just like, why does it not? And I've bought one of those TP links where you plug it through. You've got one, Stu, where you plug it through.
I have a wire through one.
Well, yeah, wire through one where you plug it into the wall and you plug it out the other. So I bought one of those just to see if it works, but I'm skeptical. I really am, because I just think like all those people that out there playing Call of Duty Warzone, they've connected their Xbox to the Wi-Fi and it probably works fine. All right, maybe they get the odd bit of lag here and there, but it probably works fine. And I just can't, this isn't like now and again. I go into a game and that symbol, it turns orange, it turns red, and then it goes probably every 30 seconds to a minute. Maybe I'll get like a 2-minute gap at most. And it becomes, now and again, it becomes so unplayable that I get pissed off. And I'm like, I can't play this anymore. I just have to just walk around and do nothing.
Yeah, weirdly, even with the power line things, even with the power line things, I have to, every now and again, I have to unplug them both and plug them back in again. Because for whatever reason, after a while, it just suddenly starts dropping out for some weird reason.
That's so
but they work most of the time. It's only probably about once a week.
So but like I'm running out of ideas. So the only idea I've got is to download Warzone on the PC and try it. All right, on the PC. Can't hurt to try it. That might give me. I can even use the controller still. I don't care about. I don't even like playing with a mouse and keyboard, to be honest. But
because you're weak and you suck.
Because I don't know, my wedding ring gets in the way. I don't know.
Because you're a console.
I got to get a divorce because I got to get rid of the wedding ring. It's a whole messy thing. So
I'll put the wedding ring around your neck, man. That's what Frodo did.
So I'm like, maybe I'll download the PC version, and I'm like, do I need to buy a Series X to get rid of this problem?
No, it is a bit weird.
And I'm just like, is it the
what
console?
Are other people playing it on?
Well, Matt is playing it on a fucking old Xbox One, like an original one. And I'm like, so what is it?
Right, it's fine.
So I'm like, do I have to like delete, like reset the Xbox to factory settings or something? Do I? I'm running out of ideas, but it's so annoying.
I must admit, the power line is probably a good try to see if that.
Well, that's my kind of like, I honestly, Stu, and I know it's worth a shot. That's why I bought it. It's coming tomorrow.
Make sure, by the way, you've got to plug it directly in the wall.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to lose a lot of PowerPoints doing that.
I know it's a bugger, isn't it? Yeah, it's not too bad. Sometimes you can get it with another plug on top. You know, a socket on top of the power line.
No, I haven't ordered one of those. No. But anyway,
well, just cut a hole in the side of it and then stick it in. Like, just do
stick some wires in it.
So I've got a little bit of hope that will solve it. My other thing that I could try is take the Xbox downstairs and into my living room and plug the fucking Xbox straight into the modem.
Certainly, give that a try and see if it works. If it does, then just go get yourself a really long Ethernet cable and string it up.
No, there's no way in my house I can't traipse a fucking Ethernet cable up the stairs.
Not with that.
Yeah, it's not like you, Duke, fucking drilling holes in ceilings and shit.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I've got concrete floors. It's very rare that you have concrete.
Power line. It's definitely a better idea.
So I've got I'll have to drill outside for the wire to come back in.
Just go with the power line.
Yeah.
Rainy Lamb says, Chinny on Warzone, do you have crossplay on? If so, turn that off and the lag should get better.
Interesting.
I'll try. Look, I'll try anything. Scott, that's Scott. I can't hurt to try.
Well, it'd be funny if you tried it on that. Fixes
but my issue is, I mean, mainly I play with people that are on the Xbox, so it's not an issue. But I do have some people that I do play with the PC. And then, does that limit like the lobby? Does that fuck things up like that? There'll
be loads of people playing on Xbox, so I don't.
But also like, that doesn't make any sense because why is it affecting me?
Yeah, but there's often technical things that go wrong that don't make sense.
It just doesn't make any sense.
You try everything and then see what happens.
I think my next effort is to just try it in the living room right into the modem and just go like, let's just see if this works. I know I'll never. It's not a permanent solution. I just want to see it.
See if it works. Yeah. Process of elimination.
And then I go, well, then it's got to be. If it's that, then it's got to be the extender. It's the Wi-Fi. I can live. I'm like, well, at least I know what it is. I might have to just live with it, but I know what it is. Yeah. But with this, I'm just like, oh fucking hell, it's so annoying. Yeah. But I absolutely adore Call of Duty Warzone. I don't know what it is, and I think Damo summed it up perfectly about Call of Duty Warzone. He said, "This is what PUBG always wanted to be."
Yeah, exactly.
Is Call of Duty Warzone.
Do you know what it is? You know what it is, Chinny? It's slick.
It's a slick
know,
experience. It's
Of course,
fun.
Call of Duty knows how to make a game.
It's always exciting. With PUBG, there's a lot of downtime. I know I'm preaching to it's Warzone. It's a fucking year old, right? Get over it, right? But I just want to clarify how great it is. And anybody's thinking, you know what, I might get back into it. Like, the genius. There's lots of like genius strokes, and I know Fortnite has done a lot of stuff for the battle royale sort of genre, and I think when Apex Legends came out, I thought that was it. Like, no one can top that. And then Warzone came out, and I'm like, wow, it's so good. And it's just the missions in the game. Like, you've got like recon missions that tell you where the next circle is. You've got bounties, and it'll randomly pick somebody on the map. And then you find, so that gives you a bit of information. You now know where somebody is on the map. They know that they're being hunted. They get a traffic light system of how close you are. It just makes the whole, that the problem with battle royale games is the start and the middle was always quite boring. PUBG was so boring, but the tension was quite high. But like they've just absolutely eliminated all that. And the amount of times we've landed, 3 of us have died, 1 is left, and then you do a mission which is like a most wanted, where if you you put your mark on the map, everybody can see you on the map. But if you survive for 4 minutes, it brings everybody else back in, and what you do, you get in a helicopter and you fly and hope for the best, and it's just stuff like that. And the amount of times we've brought everybody back and everybody's dead, it's been all the time. It happens almost every game. Oh, I'm dead, but it's not the end of the game. It's just constant.
Right.
I love it so much.
That was an annoying thing when I played PUBG for that week.
Yeah,
I die very quickly because I suck, and then it was watch everybody else play.
Yeah,
Okay,
I urge you to.
Fun, man.
I know you don't really like these genres, but there is something about Warzone that I think they've just hit on the genius of.
I mean, I own it and I can't uninstall it, so maybe.
Well, it's free; anybody can play it, so it doesn't really matter.
Well,
but,
exactly.
it's just one of those games where it's just hooked me so much now, and I've always had it like there. I always liked it, but. Something happened in the last week where I'm just like, oh god, I just want to play this again now. I think it's that mentality of I just want to play games that I'm enjoying now, and I just love Call of Duty Warzone again. And I've been looking at strategies, and there's a guy on YouTube, and he's talking about like what not to do on Warzone, and I'm like, I never even thought about that. I didn't think about that, and it's just making me think and play a bit better, and yeah, it's great.
Cool.
Call of Duty Warzone.
All right.
And Black Ops. I'll keep playing Cold War. I'll finish it, but I'm not very happy with the structure of it.
You probably won't do every mission because you're not going to go back and find the little data pads.
Exactly.
Or whatever you need. All right, spin the wheel.
Stu, it's on Stu.
Spin the wheel. It's on me.
It's always on Stu.
Okay. Okay. So when I'd been doing all my exercise, and my arms were aching and all that shit, and I'm like, ugh, I need something like for relaxing now. I've done all that hard work. I want to just chill a bit. And I've really got into the climb. Oh my God, I played so much of that game this week. I'm fucking just VR mad this week. I don't know what it is.
Don't know.
But yeah, I've unlocked all the hard levels on the climb, and fuck me, that game is challenging.
Well, how does it get challenging after a while?
So once you
climb
start
higher things.
No, it isn't. No, once you get into the sort of medium to hard levels, it goes from.
Wider? Is it wider things? You have to climb wider.
Yeah. Well, no, there's a lot more jumping involved. So you've got to jump from one handhold to another. So there's some of that. There's some rocks where you've got to wipe the stones off before you can hold them. So you're hanging on with one hand and wiping with the other. You have to learn more complex holds, which is balancing the triggers. So you balance the triggers to stop your stamina running out. But when you pull off a jump, like between 2 places, or another thing you've got to do is drop. So the next handhold will be directly below you, but probably 30 feet below you. So it's all about timing. So you've literally got to let go and then grab as the ledge comes into comes level with you.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of time dying today trying to sort of complete the hard levels. And
well, it happens. That's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah. But it's super, super cool. I mean, I sort of love this game. And also the hard levels are at night time. So everything's dark. So you can only just see where you sort of go into grip. But I fucking love this game. It's so much fun.
So what happens when you get to the top? Do you like plant a flag or like
No,
have a
very,
dance party up
various
there?
things happen. Like one time,
Get to fight a tiger?
Orgy.
no, all these,
Orgy, yeah.
these wing flyers, these parachutists that like
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
wings, and they all come flying past you, like squealing and stuff.
Oh wait, you don't get to jump off the mountain with one of those
No,
because that would be cool.
no, you don't get anything like that. Sometimes, like a firework display on one of the night levels, on one of the hard levels, when you got to the top, there was like hundreds of Chinese lanterns going up into the air.
That's racist.
So there was something cool. Or there was one with like a glider doing loop the loops and barrel rolls and stuff. One had like fighter jets flying over. So there's some sort of cool visual thing that happens when you get to the top.
Yeah.
I've also been looking at the challenges. So like one of the challenges on each level is to complete the level without chalking your hands more than 3
the
times.
hell?
So and the graphics for it are horrible. Like you get to the end and your fingers are like bleeding and red raw because you've not chalked.
Yeah, that's how you know you're cool. You're hardcore, man.
Yeah, so you don't chalk these things. By the way, this is a PC version, and can you tell the difference? This looks way more natural than the Quest version. But it's so cool. There's loads of little hidden stuff within each level, so sometimes you'll see a handhold in the middle of nowhere, and you're like, "What's that for?" And when you manage to get, sometimes you have to jump up. What I've also found out, right, when you do the tutorials, it tells you to jump using the A button. So you hold your hand out, look in the direction you want to jump, and press A.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what I've realized as I'm playing the game, you can do it by swinging yourself, which feels way more natural and way more like interesting to do. Where you sort of more. So if you swing yourself from side to side and then sort of use the momentum, that'll actually do the same as a normal jump.
Yeah.
So it's so cool. I mean, I'm like now when I'm sort of climbing, I don't tend to like. There's a sort of a sweet spot where you don't lose any stamina, and I don't even tend to look at that anymore. I'll just do it. And sometimes I'll
Just
lav
a natural now.
I know. I'll grab a ledge and I'll lav it on the sort of sweet spot straight away without having to sort of adjust or anything, and that feels so cool. But you can see this dude here, and he's doing a lot of jumping. I got an achievement today for jumping 1,000 meters. So that's an achievement. And only 6% of other players have got that achievement, which is
suck it. 94% of people.
Yeah, so it's cool. I really, and I honestly, Chini, I think you should play because you bought this. You should play more.
I bought it for Tara really because Tara got into climbing and bouldering before the lockdown, and I was like, but she played it and she liked it. But she just hasn't tried it again.
Yeah, see, they're like there's ones that crumble. So you just saw one of those where his handheld crumbles. There are also ones with like poison ivy on.
Oh, dear.
So as soon as you grab one of those, obviously your stamina goes instantly. So you lose all the stamina.
Don't rub it on your crotch.
But I love it. The views are spectacular.
Don't rub it on your crotch, was it?
You can see
always put salt in your eyes.
You see that cable car there?
Yeah.
So when you get up to that, you have to jump from a wire onto it.
Dude.
It's honestly, I love it. It's like it's
Sure, I love you, but it's a climbing game.
No, it's just.
But
this has made me more excited for the climb too when that comes out.
This time there's more climbing.
All right, then.
But that's where it's all sort of in cities, sort of climbing buildings and stuff.
Oh yeah, hello, human fly here. I spent all night dyeing my underwear.
So yeah, I'm not chalking at all now, so I can get all the achievements for not chalking your hands.
Yeah, take that, chalk.
The only thing that I have noticed, right, I was watching some footage of someone playing on hard, and it was at night time, and they had a headlamp, so that sort of you could light up the areas where they.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Wouldn't you have a headlamp?
I haven't noticed that in the Quest version. Now, whether that's just not in the Quest version, I don't know.
Is that something that you can buy as a bit of an upgrade?
No,
yeah.
I even Googled it. I'm like, how do you turn on the headlamp in obviously the Climb VR? And it's not come back as a thing. So I don't know whether it just wasn't in and we just made the environment a little bit brighter so you can still see stuff. Because on the PC version, there's literally proper like lights and stuff on your head. I don't know, it's a bit weird. But yeah, sometimes you do a lot of just looking around, going, right, where do I need to go next? So there is.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
It's cool. It's super.
It's like in Call of Duty, you spend a lot of time shooting people.
Can you see what he's doing there? You do a lot of that. Where you just
Okay,
switch-
that's too visual. Right, well, I'm going to put the cosh
switch
on
hands,
that.
switch
All right.
hands.
Moving along.
Spinning the wheel.
Right.
The-
How
yeah,
Stu's
yeah,
just
get it.
commenting on the video that's on the screen.
Yeah, look at that
Yeah,
on the
look, he's
video.
got a
Did you see
glove on.
that?
No,
Yeah.
No.
Look.
Such a good game.
All right, Duke, you're up.
Okay. Well, as I mentioned last week, I've been playing some science fiction first-person shooters, Destiny 2 and Star Wars Battlefront 2. So I'll talk about these together real quick. Destiny 2, they've changed the early part of the game pretty significantly. And in fact, it had something that kind of reminded me of it when you were talking, Chinny, about Call of Duty Cold War, because it used to be that the early part of the game was like quest marker, like every 5 feet, the quest marker would just be, right in front of you, you know exactly where to go. Now it's like, and again, like I did the early part of the game before, so I knew how it used to run. And so they've changed it. And I think they changed it because they want you to get to having options to play the DLC missions early on.
Right.
So they had to create a new kind of tower so that it could access those other missions and try to get your money. But what it meant was, one of the missions you have to do early on is like they're like, go find these lost areas, and there's this little symbol that you have to look for, and it's on the map, so it's not too hard. But out for a while I was like, where's my quest marker? There's no quest marker at all. And then I realized, oh, I have to go find this area and do a little hunting. And again, like I don't want to do all that. I just tell me where to go, and I'll find the enemies and shoot them. But the other thing that's kind of annoying is that there are certain parts of the early part of the game that you have to do what's called a strike, which is a mission with other people. And basically you can't do it alone. So I did it, and there were other people with me, and they were generally pretty decent, but one of them was such an idiot because he went running right toward and we faced this boss at the end of the level that was really tough. And the dude just kept running right at him, and then he'd go down and we'd have to revive him, and then he'd go running at it again, and he'd go down and we'd have to revive him. We're like, dude, you're an idiot. Play smarter. Hold back and hide behind cover. Nope. So, whatever. It is what it is. It's a fun game.
I mean,
it's really
let's
well
be
made.
honest.
The guns are awesome.
The strike
Yes.
missions are literally dungeons in Dungeons and Dragons, are they? Where you've
Oh,
got to
yeah.
have
Oh, yeah.
size party
Absolutely.
and all that stuff.
Right, exactly. Which is why I don't really care about them. I don't want to have. I mean, that's the thing, is that a lot of these games are designed like Red Dead Redemption Online. They're probably a lot more fun with a group of people. But I'm a loner. I'm a curmudgeon. I'm not trying to play with other people. Fuck off. So whatever. It is what it is.
It's an
That
MMO.
reminds me,
That's what it is.
I've been playing Minecraft with the DI crew. What's up, DI crew? And that's nice because I can get reputation points for playing Minecraft, which is really nice. Anyway, they're also on Destiny 2. They've added these jump puzzles so that you're on these. Speaking of the climb, like you're on these ledges, and then you have to figure out which ledge to jump to next, and you have to make sure you triple jump correctly. And it's precarious. And the scope of it reminded me of Portal 2.
Right.
Oh, okay.
When you have those
Like-
big areas, like, yeah, and you're jumping around. I mean, Portal 2 obviously is a little easier because you could use a portal gun to go anywhere. But it is that, like, abandoned building, enormous, complex, huge drop down forever. It's interesting. They did a good job with, and I said this last time I played it, like, the environments in this game are really well done. So. And then Star Wars Battlefront 2, like I said last week, sometimes I want to play a PvP version of it, and it's a well-made game. The thing that's frustrating, and it's for free right now on Epic Game Store, so if you never played it, you might as well get it for free. It's a
on
big
Game
game,
Pass
100
as well.
gigabytes. Make sure yeah, well, there you go. The thing is that people who play this game right now, I mean, it's probably different now that they give it away on free on Epic and stuff, but generally speaking, the people who play it have played it a lot.
Yeah.
Which means they've unlocked all the cards and they've maxed them up so they're really powerful, and they know the maps, and often they're playing as a team. So if you have a team, there's like 20 people on a team. If you have a team where like 10 of the people are coordinated and they've set themselves up on the map to defend their point, and you're on a team with a bunch of randos and everyone's just running around crazy doing whatever they want, you're going to lose and you're going to get pummeled. And that's really frustrating to be able to do nothing. It's like Battlefield. if you get in a team where you're just getting stomped, you're in one spawn point and you just get killed over and over again. There's not much you can do about it. And it's like, nah.
But
So
that's
that was my
every
experience
game,
for quite a few
though,
games.
isn't it?
Yeah, but like Call of Duty is smart because if I'm playing team deathmatch on Call of Duty and I'm getting stomped, at least for the most part, you're going to spawn in different parts of the map, so it's not just the same 10 seconds over again. You might be able to flank somebody. You might be able to get a kill here and there. They get it locked down on Star Wars Battlefront 2. Ooh, it's just brutal. And the other thing that's annoying about it is, and again, this would probably work great if you had two pretty evenly, matched teams. Like I don't remember exactly where it is, but like, one of the battles I played, you fight and then you lose, and then it's like, okay, we're gonna pull back onto the ship, and then you have another battle where you try to, your last stand type of thing, which is fine, except you just lost this game. How about you play another round where you're gonna lose? Wouldn't that be fun? Like, no, I know we're gonna lose because they just stomped us. So, I mean, whatever. It's a pretty minor thing. It's just the fact that I'm playing it late, I guess. Generally speaking, the structure of the game is great. You unlock these rocket warriors and you can fly around the map, and that's cool. And you get enough points and you can unlock a Jedi warrior and play as Yoda or whatever. Now, the problem is, again, if you don't know what you're doing, you last about 4 seconds as Yoda, which is what happens to me most of the time. But yeah, but it's a well-made game. It's a lot of fun.
There's a single player as well, isn't there, in Battlefront?
There is, and I haven't touched a single-player shooter in a long time. And I'm still sore on the bum from Red Dead 2 because it was so long and arduous that. And there's something else too, which is, and it's ridiculous, but this is what is important to me, like having the openness and like I'm gonna choose where I go next, even though especially in the early part of Destiny 2, you don't really get to choose. Like there's one mission after another to show you how the game works. But something about the openness of it really appeals to me. I like the fact that it's like I don't have to go exactly where you're telling me. I don't have to sit through a cutscene. So stupid, but I like it.
Well, there you are.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, spin the wheel. Spin the wheel, yeah, spin it.
Star Wars games love Hoth, don't they?
Oh, they do.
I suppose.
Or is it just you, Chinny?
I was going to say, it's just me, isn't it, really?
It's just you, Chinny, do it.
Well, I have one more game to talk about, but go ahead, Chinny.
I've been playing, get this, right? And you hold on to your anuses because this is going to make you shit yourself.
Okay.
I have been playing a turn-based roguelike card battle fantasy game.
What has happened to you? Where's Chinny?
What the fuck? What's going on?
Going on?
That's crazy. What made you do this?
Fraser.
And why didn't you play it once and go screw this?
Fraser.
So what game is it?
Made me do this.
I'm surprised he could tear himself away from Valorant long enough.
I know. So I liked Slay the Spire. I enjoyed Slay the Spire. Yes. And Fraser said, well, if you enjoyed Slay the Spire, you should play. Exactly. You should play Monster Train.
Okay.
Oh, I've seen this.
And I was like, I've heard about Monster Train. So Monster Train, it's like the South Park turn-based combat, but you're on. There's levels, pretty much. It's like
just a stupid train.
It's like a dollhouse with levels, and so the story is now. Hold on to your shit because this is going to get a bit mad.
And
right, complex.
We spoke about this.
He did. So hell is frozen over. Right.
Oh, that happens. That does happen.
And the Guardians of Heaven.
In Dante, a large part of hell is already frozen always.
Whatever.
So the idea of hell for
Heaven isn't. They're pissed off about this. All right. Yeah. I don't know why, but they are. And there's some sort of train in hell, and we're on the train, and the Heaven people are the people that you fight. You're fighting people from Heaven.
They don't look like. Oh, I see. You're the demons.
We're the demons.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay.
So, the game starts off, and you have a champion. Your champion is your kind of lead hero, right? Probably a thing that they stole from Dota and all that sort of stuff. So this is your main guy, right? Champion.
Right. Yeah.
And like each turn you've got I don't know what it's called, but like every card has a currency to it. So to do this, it costs 1 flame. I don't know what it's called.
Yes.
Right. 2 flames, 3 flames. Like Hearthstone.
A flame sounds fine.
Like Hearthstone. It's like all that sort of stuff.
Right.
And I suppose so the genius thing about it is it's one of those games where I didn't really know what's going on for a while. Like I kind of got the concept of it and I was playing it and and a roguelike concept is still pretty new to me, but I learned it in Slay the Spire where you've got something that you need to protect and you need to basically just go as far as you can and try and finish the run. And in this, it's like try and get to the end of the track. And the thing that you're protecting is the core of the train, the thing that powers the train. It's the core. It's right at the top.
Like Snowpiercer.
So every time somebody comes onto the train, they come at the level 1, the bottom level, and after every turn, they go up 1. Regardless, if you've killed them, then they're dead. But if you don't kill them, they go up 1, right?
Sure.
So you've got to stack your little people strategically, right?
Yeah.
So like, so you might have 3 enemies coming on level 1, but you only attack the front one, which means the back 2 don't get touched. And the back 2 might only have health of like 5, which is nothing, but they survive.
They got magic.
But they survive and they've got high attacks, and so it gets a bit like you've got to think about it.
It's a little chess.
It's a little so then what the game introduces is like along the way you can buy things from shops. You can buy these emblems that like turn things in your favor slightly. Like I don't know, like every time you do this, it applies rage, which increases this. And you get awarded cards, and you can pick cards that you like. And the genius thing that I love doing in this game is getting stuff that stacks and multiplies. Yeah. Because you might have a champion or a unit to person that has attack of 10, right, or something like that, something weak as shit. Right. And then you get a card, and it's like doubles the attack, and then it triples the attack, and then he attacks twice with triple power. And all of a sudden, and every time he attacks somebody, he gets lifesteal. So if he takes if he takes 8 damage off someone, he gets 4 back or something like that. So all of a sudden, after about 4 moves, this guy who was pretty weak at the start is now your best.
Invincible.
Yeah, and I love it, and I just cannot stop playing this fucking game.
Chinny
let me ask you a question, Chinny.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Is there a multiplayer element to this game, or is it literally just against?
It's literally just single player, and the idea is. So I've actually got to the end a couple of times now. It's not that hard to do. So the more you play it, the more you get. You build up your deck. You unlock new cards, but most of the time, on the run you will gain cards and then lose those cards after the run's finished. But when you finish the run, it rewards you with a bit of XP and says, "Here's an extra." Card that you didn't get, you didn't have, and all that sort of stuff. There's different units, so there's like these demons, and then these weird plant things that have like vines and shit, like poison ivy. They all look like poison ivy. There's a champion and a kind of race that look like that alien from Aliens. Kind of looks like that. And his power, and he's one of my favorites, is that he actually eats. You put these little minions on his level, and at the end of the turn, if they are still alive, he eats them and acquires their powers. And it's just like all this like interesting shit that it keeps throwing at you. And when you finish a run, it gives you the ability to prestige. Basically, it's called. I think it's like a companion level, but like you prestige.
Like Super Mario Brothers.
You go at 1, and then you can do a run with like prestige 1, or you can do it with nothing, which is what I'm doing, and build up XP. And if you do prestige 1, the enemy's a little bit harder, and you basically just keep playing the same game. But it's always a little bit different, a bit strategic. I cannot. And it's so nerdy. Tara was watching me play this game. It's like, oh my god, my still worker's damage is low. I need to get low still and rage on it, right? And she's like, I don't. Tara was like, I don't like this game. I'm leaving now. But then I was playing.
Man, you used to be cool.
I was playing Warzone with Damo, and a guy came in called Doolander. And I've met him. I met him through Call of Duty before back in the day, and I've met him in real life. He lives in Manchester. Very nice guy. And I haven't spoken to him for years, right, Jamie? I haven't spoken to him for years. And he come in, he goes, all right, Chinny, how you doing? I spoke to you for years. And I was like, funny enough, I've been looking at your name today because he's like level 6 on Monster Train. And he was like, oh, it's the only game I can play at work. I love it. I can't stop fucking playing it. And for about 10 minutes, me and Jamie spoke about Monster Train, and Damo was like, what the fuck? And he's no, wait.
But wait till Damo gets into it, and he's like, oh my God, people, Monster Train.
No, this is the hero that you want to see. Look, she's got 286 damage 3 times. It's mad. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I know what I sound like, but I love it so much. It's such a good game.
Shit.
And I'm not one for liking these kind of games, but I've always said there's always exceptions to the rule every time. Like I don't really like fantasy games. I don't really like turn-based games. I don't like card trade-based games. I don't like roguelikes. This is all of them, and I love it.
You
and
love it. You see,
I
just
think
the right combination.
I
of
think
stuff.
the reason it's slick, it's simple, and I didn't get it. Sometimes I purposely pick cards because I read it. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. It says, oh, it's going to enchant this and effect of 4. I'm like, what? I don't know. I pick it. I usually pick cards because I don't know what that is, so I'm going to pick it and learn what it is by failure. So I sort of accept that you're supposed to fail in a way, like to make sure you win.
All roguelikes, right? Yeah, you try it out, you die.
But I suppose I don't really. I know I haven't tried Hades, and I know Hades is like meant to be this amazing game. It's a roguelike and all this sort of stuff. And I probably will end up like, I don't know. I'm gonna keep an open mind, but I've opened up the fact that I'm out of my depth with this game. So I just played it and I don't know what's going on. So therefore, I have an attitude of learning. You know what I mean? I'm like, I know I'm probably gonna die. I know I don't know what's going on. But you do get it after a while.
It's like Samuel Beckett said, ever tried, ever failed. No matter, try again, fail better.
And that's what I do. I fail.
If at first you don't succeed, try and try
give up.
again.
So that's what I do. And I love it. And every stage has a boss fight, and each boss has a different thing. Sometimes they're a bastard, sometimes they're not. I absolutely love Monster Train. I think it's a fantastic game, and I can't. I'm not sure whether to recommend it. Really, I think you'll know.
Well, it's not for everybody.
No, it's not for everybody. But on paper, this game isn't for me. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
but something made me try it, and I'm not sure what it was that made me try it. And I think actually it was probably Slay the Spire. Like I randomly saw Slay the Spire on somebody was Twitch streaming it for Extra Life a couple of years ago or a year ago or something, and I wanted to watch some people do Extra Life. I just like to support, especially like the low numbers. And this guy had like 3 viewers, and I was like, I'm gonna go in. I didn't know who he was, and he was playing Slay the Spire, and I was like, what is this game? And he was like, Slay the Spire, I love it. It's ridiculous. I was like, not really my thing, but whatever. I'll watch it, and I started to get it, and I was like, I'll download that, and I got into it, and I didn't, but I fell off it quick because. I don't know. It kind of looks a bit jank, and it's a little bit like slapped together, and it's not very polished, and it's good though. But it's just a bit basic, and the levels on Monster Train, the floors 1, 2, 3, is the genius part because it kind of ups the ante a little bit, but not too much, and it's more polished. It's a lot slicker. It's a lot more animated, and the character designs are more interesting because like Slay the Spire looks like it was designed in Microsoft Paint, to be fair, but this looks like an actual game, It's great. So Monster Train gets a big thumbs up from me. I love it, and it's on Game Pass at the moment, and it's great. So thank you, Fraser.
I wonder if this is on PC Game Pass.
I can check for you. It might be, it might not be, I don't know. It's going to be one of those things, isn't it?
I'll have a look now. I'm looking myself. Here we go. Monster Train is here, free with Game Pass. I'll give it a go. In fact, right, I'm clicking on it. I'm installing it now.
Well, you're going to install it right now. Be interesting. I don't know if it'll be for you. I have no idea, but I absolutely love it. And you're going to be pleased that I'm going to play a game soon, but not because I think I'm playing it because you think it's great. But I'm going to play What Remains of Edith Finch soon.
Oh yeah, because
my
that's
God.
free. That's free. That came on.
and the
Game Pass this week.
reason being,
Ginny, you have changed.
the
What
reason
hell?
being is the person who made the score to the game I'm obsessed with at the moment.
Yeah.
So the guy who made the score is named Jeff Russo, right? And he made the score to a show that I've been watching recently called The Umbrella Academy. And I was like, this Umbrella Academy score sounds familiar. I feel like I've heard this guy before. And then I looked into it.
Interesting.
And then he made the score for Fargo, the series.
Oh, okay.
And I love the music in Fargo. It's so good.
Yeah.
And he's done the score for that. And I looked on his IMDb, and he did the score for What Remains of Edith Finch. And I went, you know what? That is good enough for me to play it now. Just because Jeff Russo did it. So,
can I just say, by the way, I'm looking at Monster Train details here,
mm.
and it says online multiplayer 2 to 8.
Oh well, there you go. I maybe I'm wrong.
go.
I don't know. I stand corrected.
So
on-
there is multiplayer according to these
There is
details.
multiplayer.
Maybe
There is
there is.
multiplayer.
Hello.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll do some research. I'll look into it. Maybe we can
Look
have a blast
into it,
on
look.
it.
Oh, right. The multiplayer, I'll tell you, it's got a description. It tells you what it is.
Ooh.
Multiplayer is called Hell Rush.
Right.
In the Hell Rush... Oh, sorry, it's raining here if you're wondering what that noise is.
We hear
Well,
it.
noise.
We've
I know, yeah, there's
podcasted
a
for.
flood warning
We've
for the
podcasted
Northwest,
together
by the way, so
for.
it could get worse.
We've podcasted together
in-
for 11 years. I think we
I
know
know.
what the rain sounds like in your head.
In the Hell Rush multiplayer mode, 8 players compete in a frantic real-time contest. Each player has the same resources and opponents to create a level playing field. With the clock ticking, it's a test who can make the best decisions under pressure. Only a true speed demon can remain undefeated. It sounds kind of fun.
I reckon you need to play the actual game first to
Well,
get
yeah.
your head round its shoe. So that I would recommend that you give it a good
Yeah, I'm not going to play the multiplayer.
'Cause-
I'm just saying there is one available. if
because
you want
because
to
I,
give it a go.
I play it and I stupidly thought that a run it takes 10 minutes. One run takes 10 minutes, which is true when you first play it because you die in
Right.
10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then I do another run, and I was getting better at the game, and I started to finish it more regularly. And then it tells you how long the run is. And I was like, I was working, right? So I was like, oh, I'll do a quick run. I've done some work today. I'll do a quick run on Monster Train, and I'll get back to work. No big deal, whatever. And it took me like an hour and 20. And I was like, fucking hell, I need to get back to work. It just sucked me in, and I was like getting into it, and I loved it. Monster Train, it's a great game. Great game.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
I haven't really got a whole lot more to talk about, so I'm gonna
Shut up
hand
then.
over to Duke.
Yeah, I got one more. It's called Cloud Climber. It's
Click on.
free. It's on Steam.
Oh dear.
And
Here we go.
Here we
how
go.
to describe this game?
Here we go. Here we go.
So you're. I mean, to be fair, I really ought to wait until the visual comes up on the screen because
Oh my god.
it's a
Okay.
kind of game that is necessary to see as much as possible. And I know people listening can't see it, but if you can see it, it really allows you to understand that it's not a piece of shit, but you're in a
Whoa,
tower.
Why is that
and you're-
moving so weirdly?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Chinny's internet's bad.
No, it's not that. It's the video.
Yeah, it must be I found a weak video. I just chose the first one that came up. But you're in this tower, and you have to get your water when you go. Why? What's this water? You climb the tower, and there's all these notes about what happened in the past. And there's something our ancestors built these towers, and we kept building. And it's like there's no water on the ground, and I guess they're trying to go up to reach the clouds. But if there's clouds, then there would be rain because that's the way water cycles work. And it's like, what are you talking about? And then you get to the top of one tower, and then there's a bridge to the next one, and then you ride a little car over to the third tower or whatever, and you get to the top of the other tower, and like everyone's gone. And I mean, the atmosphere is great. The visuals are fine.
I like the
you know,
visuals.
You climb in wooden towers.
Hand-drawn animation stuff.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
looks like Walking Dead
and that's
graphics.
fine.
And you climb
Yeah.
in
But
first
it's
person
just, what's
walking
the
tower.
point? You're just climbing these towers. And I mean, I got what I paid for. It was like 10 minutes.
You know what?
And-
I think I know what happened here, Duke.
Okay.
So the designers of the game were having a meeting, right? And there was like,
No. I think it's just one guy. So
Well,
no
anyway,
meeting.
the design. All right, the design. Look, I'm trying to make a joke here. You're ruining it.
Oh,
You're
okay,
ruining.
go
You're
ahead, sorry,
shitting
go
all
ahead.
over his
Yeah.
fantastic
All
joke.
right. So
Yeah,
there's a
for
meeting.
fuck's sake.
Right, go ahead. Meeting.
So there's
yes,
this meeting, right? And they're going,
Yeah.
oh, you know,
Meeting.
what are people like these days? Well, you know, that Assassin's Creed climbing towers and stuff.
Yeah,
They
did.
love all that shit. Ubisoft games.
Right.
They
Yeah.
fucking sell a bunch of those, and it's
Yeah.
all climbing towers. Let's
Right.
make that. There you go.
Yeah.
I
Or
I
somebody
appreciate
had
the
an
effort,
idea for a
Stu.
concept.
I don't think it was worth the wait.
No, it's great. And I mean, look, one person making this, like I said, the atmosphere is good. I appreciate the effort. It's just not much of a game, and there's
So
really not much
is
of a
it is
story.
the climbing of the towers a puzzle?
No, there's a
Oh,
staircase.
okay.
You go up the staircase. That's the puzzle.
Oh.
Those staircases can be mighty tricky.
Oh. What if you fall off
Should
the
I go up or
staircase?
down? And that's the thing too. Like as soon as you start off, like there's a down staircase, but the steps are broken off. And I was like, all right, let's see what happens when you fall off. Nope, you can't. You can't go down there.
Oh, you can't even
I
walk
was like,
off.
what is up with that? You can't even walk off.
Wow.
So you can't even
Well-
like just kill yourself for a grin.
No.
That sounds shit.
So, I mean, there's kind of like a surprise ending, sort of, but it's not at all established well about what's going on.
Tell me
so
the
that
surprise ending. I want to know. I'm
it's
never
just
going to.
kind of a.
So
It starts raining.
Okay.
Oh.
I know what actually happened in the meeting for the design of this game.
Oh, okay. We're going back to this. All right.
Okay, here we go.
Here, wait.
So
let's
originally,
flash
right-
back to this meeting. Wait. Let's flash back to the meeting.
Okay.
All right, people. Thanks
All
for
right.
coming into the meeting. We got to
Yeah.
get a good
Yeah,
game going
so
with this
here's
cloud
the thing.
climbing
Here's the thing, right?
Yeah, all right.
Ubisoft.
Stuart. Yeah.
People like kind of climbing towers, but they're kind of a puzzle.
Yeah.
Like, how do
Right.
you get to the top of the tower?
Uh-huh.
But I don't want to do that because like they've done that already. Walking simulators, but instead of walking along the ground, what if we were walking up?
Yeah. We're gonna let you go, Stu. We're gonna let you go.
And scene.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
again, like whatever. It's free. It's 10 minutes. If it's cute, but it's not. I left a negative review because the reviews on Steam are very positive, and I'm like, it doesn't deserve very positive. Like somewhat positive, okay. And again, like I appreciate the effort, but come
The
on,
game
dude, like,
functions.
Put something into it.
That's the
game
good
what?
part. The game functions. That's
It
its good
functions.
part.
It
It
works.
does
It
function.
works.
It works very
Um,
well. And again, the graphics are good, but that's not all a game needs. So
I'm gonna predict right now. Apart from everything else, Chini won't like this because you have to read stuff.
No.
well, you don't
Oh,
have to.
spiral
You can do it without
There's a
reading
spiral
everything.
staircase.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
know, and at
mentioned the
one point
spiral.
you have to build the rest of the staircase with these planks, man.
Oh,
It
see, you
gets
never mentioned
weirder and
this.
weirder as you go.
You never mentioned this, man. I'm invested now
Right.
in a spiral staircase.
All right, anybody else got anything else?
Not on games, no.
Okay, we got news.
We a little bit. I have got some news for occasion.
Putting news first.
Deals.
Okay, it's very exciting. This is the best non-news news ever.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Platinum Games hopes to share a Bayonetta 3 update at some point in 2021.
Oh, nice.
The fuck is that?
You know what that is? They're not making the game anymore.
The fuck is? Oh, I think at some point we'll give you an update.
It's either going to
thanks
be
for
the
that.
game's cancelled or a trailer. That's pretty much
We're
it.
making it. It's fine. The only other stuff, have you seen the Stalker 2 teaser video? That looks kind of cool.
No.
I love Stalker.
I
absolutely
don't
love
want
this
to.
game. But yeah, what's cool about this as well, this is going to be day one Game Pass for PC and consoles. So it's another cool sort of little addition, hopefully, when it comes
Stalker.
out. at
What is
some point
Stalker?
this
Is it a single player game? What is it?
yeah, Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl was kind of one of the really first early survival games.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, it was.
Before that was a thing, they were already kind of doing it, where it's this almost giant persistent world built around Chernobyl and the sort of zone, and you're this survivor really that has to try and survive.
Isn't it
within
based on the
that
movie
area.
Stalker, or like roughly?
No.
Yeah.
It's literally just.
Well-
There was no Stalker.
I thought it
movie.
was.
No.
No, well, I
I'm not
don't
aware.
know if it's like based on the movie, like follows it, but it's like in the same world of. I thought.
I didn't even know there was a Stalker movie.
There's a
that's
Stalker movie
around
based in Chernobyl, right?
But I know for sure it wasn't based on that.
That's
no,
right.
I didn't realize it was. But did that come out before or after the
Years
game? I don't
ago.
know.
Years
Well,
ago.
this game has been. The original Stalker came out probably 15, 20 years ago. It's
Well, I
an
think
old
this film
game.
came out. Well, let me
Look,
find
who
out.
cares, right? I don't care.
It's one of those films that like is.
If only there was a way to find out. But anyway, that being said, Stalker 2 looks very good.
1979.
Oh yeah, well,
The
it's
people
definitely-
that made it died
Yeah,
because
yeah. I think if there was a
Yes,
film,
it
then
is-
this was
it is-
definitely based on that.
It's like a spiritual successor.
yeah, the
there
people
you
that made the movie Stalker died and caught cancer from the radiation. That's how fucked up that film is.
Wow,
Oof,
that's
that
fucked
is
up. That
fucked
is. Only other bit of news, which is kind of interesting, but not really that interesting. But Nintendo
Get ready for some
Switch,
not very interesting news.
Nintendo Switch
right?
accounted for 87% of all console sales in Japan in 2020.
Nice.
Damn.
So only 13% were other consoles. That is fucking mental.
There you go. Every time people go, Nintendo have lost it.
They
It's
are
like, look at the
fucking-
numbers, man. Look at the
They
numbers.
are just cashing, man. They're just writing
They don't give a
checks.
shit.
They're just like, fuck this shit. And that's kind of it for news. There isn't really a lot of news at the moment. It's kind of quiet, isn't it? I mean, it's all like, Cyberpunk devs are
Everyone's
shit.
locked down at home.
Cyberpunk, I'm going to make a statement and say how shit we were. Yeah, Cyberpunk.
Right, let's move on.
That's
then.
kind of the
Fuck-
news.
fuck the
That
news.
literally is the news at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so email then.
Yeah, we got one. We only got the one.
Whoa, that ruled.
And it's entitled Octo. Actually, no, that's the person who sent it. Octo Dad sent it, apparently.
Okay.
And it's
Thanks,
called
Octodad.
Emperor of the Ice Cream.
Okay.
Sup, veteran
Sup.
gamers.
What's up?
I haven't listened in a while, but I like fucking with y'all, so I figured I would.
Yeah. bring it.
I know none of you listen to all of P Town, so
No, I
you
listened
see
to
where
some of
this
it.
is. You see where this is going.
You
So
told me
here
not
is,
to.
yeah. So here's a spoiler. By the time Stu gets caught up in a tornado, Duke the dog dies after humping Little Nat's leg. Viva La Pedros gets slimed with a load of owl spunk. Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Bongo the Brain, Laser Moore, and Trump show up in a UFO to abduct. Hell, I don't even remember anymore.
Well,
Surely they didn't abduct Dr. Woolley. Old PI would never have let that happen. Point is, I didn't have to write the sequel. Just watch the news. I never knew.
okay.
The OC Warnhorns. It looks like Bongo and Tank Top broke into the Capitol. The whole point of that podcast I recorded was that Trump followers are in a mushroom cult and we need to send them to the stars. I don't know. They were already there. Anyway,
So,
I'm looking forward to this far-right wacko left podcast starring Duke and Tank Top. Thanks for doing it, you freaks. Make sure you share some shrooms prior to listening. You'll need them to get through that TED Talk. Fix your hearts. Jason. So there you go.
okay, thank you, Jason. That was.
I don't
very
even know what to say
interesting.
anymore. I really don't.
It's hard to know what to say. He's got a very interesting stream of consciousness thing going on there.
He has. So I think what we can take from that is he's saying listen to yours and Greg's conversation because it might be interesting. I think that's in a nutshell
Well,
what he just
I would
said.
love for people to do that and love to know what people think.
I
and
think
give us
that's what he just said.
feedback
He
and-
just said that. He just said
Yeah.
that.
Well, all right. then.
Yeah, we've got one speak pipe, so let's do that.
Yes, we do have a speak
Here we
pipe.
Speak pipe. It's the way to leave a message for us.
And I guess now that Jay's got his joysticks and chill, he's just not going to bother ever sending a speak pipe again, huh? He's too busy. He has his own show. Oh, I'm so important. I'm Jay. I think I'm so great. Anyway, this week
Anyway.
it's from Derek Sainz, and it's 1:30. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hello, Veteran Gamers. It's Derek Sainz again. And I should have a mystery quiz for you next week. The
Sweet.
biggest mystery at the moment is I don't know what the quiz is going to be about. I'm sure I'll get it sorted before then.
Do we get bonus points if we guess what the quiz is going to be? I think it's
Oh,
going
I
to be
know,
about
that'd be
like
cool.
worm types of worms.
I was thinking this week about the old physical or digital way to buy games because they re-released Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which was originally a digital-only release, and that got taken off the digital stores, and people thought it was never going to come back. But they've now released it digitally and physically. So I've made a conscious decision, I think, to just go digital from now on because I've got so many old physical versions of games that I've got such a large backlog. I don't think I'll be buying any more physical games, certainly not in the near future. So if I was to buy one of, say, for instance, one of the new consoles, the PS5 or the Xbox Series, I might just go for the digital versions without the disc drive. I've got plenty of DVDs and Blu-rays and such, but I've got plenty of things to play those on, so there's no need to have a disc drive in one of the new consoles if I ever bought one. But that's probably going to be at least 2022, I think, at the moment. But so I was just saying, have you made a conscious decision not to buy any physical games in the future? Have you just gone completely digital? I think we've talked about this briefly before. I guess the one big advantage of physical is you can trade them in or sell them, but I'll leave it at that. So, however you buy your games and play your games, keep on gaming.
Thank you, Derek.
Yeah, thank you, Derek.
Digital.
Yeah, you see, I'm a physical.
We're all physical people.
Let's get physical. But the problem is at the moment, like, there's no fucking smelly shop to go and trade in. It's a bit of a bugger, really. Because what I used to do was, especially if it was just single player only, I used to like bash it out as quick as I could.
Careful.
Euphemism. And then try and get it off to a smelly shop, to get as much cash back as possible on said game. But it's a bit difficult, isn't it? With fucking lockdown and shit. I still sell stuff on eBay, I just stick it on there instead.
I've got a bunch of PS2 games that are sold on I'm selling on eBay. And I've never even owned a PS2. I don't know why I have PS2 games in my house. I'm made a conscious decision to get rid of a bunch of 360 games and Xbox One games that I just don't want. I just don't have any desire to keep any physical games in my house anymore.
Yeah, I know you said. I don't mind that.
No, I just don't like the clutter, and I'm just whatever. I'm gonna keep a SNES and some of those games because there's nostalgia attached to that and my 64. But like the 360 games, the Xbox One games, I'm just gonna get rid of most of them. Yeah, I bought Call of Duty Modern Warfare on a disc, and I can't remember what. I think I had a game voucher or something.
Oh, okay.
And I was just in town, and I was like, "Oh, I'll get it here," and I regret it because GTA 5 is on disc, and Call of Duty, and for me to turn around, get the disc, put it in the. It makes me feel like I'm in 2006, and I'm like, why am I still putting discs in?
I'll tell you what.
You know what? I don't put discs in my Xbox so much. Like when I have to do it, I'm like, where's the eject button? I don't even know where it is.
No doubt.
I'll be honest with you, right? It just makes me want to vomit.
It's
about
disgusting
doing that.
that I have to move around to change what's in my.
Ridiculous.
It's
Who wants to
ridiculous.
By the way, when Stu started singing "Let's Get Physical," it reminded me of the industrial metal group, the Revolting Cocks, who did a cover of it, and then they did a remix of their cover called "Let's Talk Physical," and it's a great song. So, what's that? You want to hear a little excerpt of it? Okay.
Totally, of course we do. Why wouldn't we? Hell is that?
It's
Is
6
that-
minutes.
is
long.
that stuck?
6 minutes 52 seconds. Let me go to a little later in the song.
It's the same, isn't it?
Any Revco fans out there? Holler at your
How
boy.
how is that a thing? I could do that.
Yeah,
What
of
the
course you
fuck
could, but
is
you
that?
didn't. But you didn't.
I
That's why.
didn't. But what is seriously? What the fuck is that?
Would you like to hear the original? mix?
No. Oh my god.
It's very different, to be fair.
Holy
I won't play it
Jesus,
because I know you
mother
probably
of
won't like
God.
that either.
I've
Anyway,
never in
I've
my
been
life.
digital only since I can't remember the last game. I think that this is ridiculous, but I think it's true. I don't know. Aside from Red Dead 2, which I played for like an hour and then never played again, and then sold my Xbox One. I do think the last game I bought physical copy of was Quantum of Solace, because you can't get that digitally.
Wow.
So I had to buy the PC disc, and yeah. So, but that was at
Jeez.
least 2-3 years ago. I haven't
Wow.
gone near a physical game lately.
Well, I still like physical. I've got Cyberpunk physically.
Yeah, but
You
you're
know.
tight. There's no other reason for
I'm
it.
not tight. Actually, no, I'm telling lies. I haven't got Cyberpunk physically at all. Have I? I got it cheap off Russian
Hello?
website or
But
whatever.
you no, okay, tight's right. You try to maximise your money as much as you
I
can.
do. Well, why wouldn't you?
I'm not saying that's wrong.
Just because you've
Stu.
got money
Oh,
falling
no,
out
no,
your
no, no,
arse,
no, 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 no,
chinny.
no, 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 no.
It is totally true.
Right,
It's
I'm
like,
not saying no.
I set my fires with £5 notes because
Stu, I'm not saying you're wrong, mate. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just merely pointing out the fact that you like to stretch your money. That's
I
right.
like to get my value for money.
Okay,
Value
I'm
for
not
money.
having a go, mate. You big tight bastard, right? I'm just saying. But I can't be asked.
You can't be
Because have you been
arsed.
into a smelly shop?
Not for ages.
No. Well, at the moment you can't anyway.
Over a year. I've not been in one for a year.
But I don't know. I just
I've got an old phone. I can't even fucking sell my old phone.
But like
Ugh.
I'm selling these things on eBay. I'm just like, I sold.
I know, it's so much easier going to a smelly shop. You just fucking hand it to
I
them.
know,
You don't
but
have to
I sold
post
something.
it and
Oh, what did
bollocks.
I sold something the other day. I can't remember what it was, but it was like, oh, have you? Is there a tracking number on the post? I'm like, no. He said, but it said that it did have one. I was like, no.
Did you take the wrong box?
No. I said no, it doesn't. It's a first class Royal Mail,
Yeah.
right? And I took a picture of the receipt, and he was like, no, but it said it was going to have a tracking number. I was like, no, it didn't. I'm like, I don't want to sell this shit.
Are they on eBay?
It's like, well, you'll
I don't
get
mind.
there.
I don't
Relax.
mind selling on eBay.
Yeah.
You know, I've got used to it these days.
It is a lot easier than it used to be. I'll give him that.
Yeah. I'll tell you what did happen to me once. Though I sold quite a few things on eBay in one go once, and I took them to the post office. Right, so I printed all my shit off.
Yes.
You know, all the because you just print. It's so easy. It's like print your postage label. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just pay them. Sorted. Job done. Took it to the post office and I went, oh, can you just give me a proof of postage thing? He's like, no. I was like, oh, why not? You got to print it off. Why should I give you one of those when you're not actually giving me any money to post these? And he was proper stroppy with me. And I was like, okay, then. So I went home, printed them all off, and then went back and made him stamp them all.
Yeah. Then you spat on him.
Twat. Right, I think we need some shout outs and get the hell out of here.
We do.
I think we do.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
I'm going to go first because I've got a super big shout out.
Super big.
Super big shout
Super
out.
big shout out
to Lord, who's very kindly given me a great offer on Ghost of Tsushima.
Yay.
And posted it, and I've received it, and I'm ready to go. I'm going to load that shit up once I finish Cyberpunk. So there you go. Chinny, I'm going to be playing Ghost of Tsushima. You'll be very pleased to
It's a
know.
good game. It's a good game.
So thank you very much, Lord. You're a very kind man.
He is a guy, man. Good old Steve.
Yeah. It was definitely cheaper than eBay anyway. I'll say that for him.
Indeed, he do.
Indeed, he do. So thank you very much.
Are you done, Stu? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm done.
What's that? What's that? What is that, Duke?
I
What
don't
is
know.
it?
Little music. I don't know. I thought you might want a little music.
It's random. It's do. What are you gonna do?
Random music.
I'm going to shout out Fraser for recommending Monster. For recommending Monster Train.
Yes.
That was a tip-top recommendation.
Tip-top.
And shout out to Armar. Sorry about the confusion, Armar. He knows what I mean. He loves me really.
He does know what you mean.
It's all good.
It's all
You
good.
should mention what that was though, because someone did benefit from whatever this was.
Well,
Go on.
so
explain.
a listener to the show said, "Chinny, do you want these games?" And I said, "No."
Oh my
What is the,
God.
what? Right.
What is happening?
So
Just a little music. I thought you might want some music.
the games.
Do not give these guys things that make sounds.
Correct. So the games were
Oh my God.
Grid something. I don't know what it was. Some grid driving game. and Assassin's Creed Valhalla for the Xbox One. And I said, this is very nice of you, I appreciate it. I don't want them, but
shove them up your ass.
Could
but
I
thank you.
could I give them away? And the
Stick 'em
grid game, I just sent it to Lewis because I know he likes driving games. I know that Lewis I think he's like 16 or something, or like 21. I don't know. He's young, right? So he's around there. He's young and I know he doesn't have like, I don't know. He hasn't got a job, I don't think, or if he does, I don't know. I'm not saying he's poor. He's just young. You don't have any money when you're that young, right? So every purchase
No, it's true. It's totally true.
I'm not saying he's like absolutely he's on the streets or anything. I'm just saying he would appreciate that, and he loves fucking driving games so much.
He does.
I thought that would be a nice thing. He would really appreciate that, and he emailed me back saying, "I love that. Thank you so much." So he's got that. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I thought about taking it, and then I thought, you know what? I'm never going to touch the Assassin's Creed game again until they change the fucking system until it's different again. Well, I'll play Rogue because that's like the old ones. But anyway, I said I don't want that. I'll send a message to all the patrons, and Almar's right. I should have done it as a post instead of like a message because the message looks like it's personal to each person. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. I should have done it as a post. I didn't, and I sent a message to everybody, and Almar was like, why did you send me a message and then take it away? And I'm like, I didn't mean it like that. But I basically said, first come, first serve, who wants this Valhalla? And Adam Birmingham, who's been on the show,
Birmingham,
who is a Patreon, he said, I'll take it. He was the first person to reply. And he replied very, very quickly to the message. And that was that. And I thought nothing of it. And then Stu, you said, Almar was like wondering what happened with the thing. And I was like, I should have done it as a post. So I'm sorry, Almar. Hey, if you want the fucking game, Almar, I'll buy you the game. I don't give a shit, right? That's how nice I am. But
you'll do it right next time.
I'll do it right next time. So I'm sorry, Almar. So I'll shout out to him for confusing him. Shout out to Lewis. I hope you enjoyed Grid. Shout out to, he doesn't want to be named the person that gave me the games.
That's fair enough.
Doesn't want to be named.
By the way,
shout out to that person as well.
I should have also shouted out Adam, and also Doggies, otherwise known as Nicole, and Robin Tate, and Chris MJW, because we all played poker together.
I didn't come on, did I?
No, you didn't. You didn't fucking reply.
Did I not?
Ignorant. No, you ignoramus.
Did I not?
No. You replied to the first one and said, I'm doing a quiz thing, and I was like, oh, all right. Well, I'm around on Friday night if you want to play then. And then I'd sent you another text on Friday going, are you going to play tonight? And fucking nothing, you fucking ignorant twat.
I've just opened the message and I wrote the message and I didn't send it.
You idiot. Anyway, so Ginny didn't turn up yet again. He's getting fucking slack.
I know. I need to get back on the part. I haven't been on it for a while. I need to get back on it. And Marshy's got a quest.
I know. I saw that.
So he wanted to play. Yeah.
He sent me a friend request and stuff. Yeah. And Lord is getting one. Is it Lord or it might be Kev Westerman actually?
Yeah.
But
so when are we playing? Thursday?
Thursday. Someone else said I'm getting one at the end of the week. End of the month, sorry. So that'll be another person. We're gonna have a full table of people who know each other.
All right. Thursday. 7, 8 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah, book it in.
Book it in. I'm booking it in. I'm booking
Put it in your diary.
Listen, I don't have time to play with the phone here. I got a lot of stuff I got to get done.
Yeah.
Duke, over to you.
Yeah, I will shout out Richard Primrose because he sent me a new Resonate Together mix, and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, I love hearing people that I know making DJ mixes, Stu and Primrose and everybody else. So yeah, thanks for that. And of course, a big, massive, huge shout out to Greg DeLacy for having the integrity to come on the Sincast and talk with me. I didn't make it easy necessarily, but I think we did have a good civil conversation, and I think that's a really important thing to do in divided times. So thank you to Greg DeLacy and Richard Primrose.
I think it was was his name Aziz Ansari? What's his name?
Aziz Ansari.
Aziz Ansari. He told a thing about you know the lead guy in Short Circuit 2 who was playing an Indian man, and he's not Indian at all. Right. And like Aziz was like, who is this guy when he was young? And he looked at him as a role model, and then found out later that he wasn't Indian, and he was impersonating Indian, and he was kind of doing it in a kind of comical way. And he said, rather than putting something out on Twitter and just putting out hate or blame. He said, why don't I just contact him and we'll have a conversation and we'll record that conversation. And much more came from that. And he found out then that, you know, the guy, I forgot his name, but he's been in Friends and lots of other things. He was a young actor. He was offered a lead role in Hollywood, in a Hollywood movie.
Sure.
And back then in the 80s, it wasn't seen as such a negative thing to portray a different
couldn't
race.
understand why it was problematic at the time. Sure.
Yeah, so, you know, in hindsight, would he do it today? No. But, you know, and so much gets solved. So when you was talking to Greg, and I didn't realise that Greg voted for Trump twice, but whatever, I didn't know that. But that shocked me. I was like, really? I would have never put him down like that. But I knew that he was kind of right on the right of things. I was glad. I mean, I've listened to half an hour. I will listen to the rest of it. But it's amazingly, two people on the opposite side of an opinion can still like and get on and respect each other. And I think with all the, I mean, UK has got its own problems, but you know, it's not as crazy as you guys. But you know, I think more people have more in common than they don't.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and I'm not going to overlook the things that are important to me that I need to emphasize and make clear and hold him accountable for. And I would want him to do the same with me. But I think the worst thing we can do when we feel passionate about a topic is to demonize people who feel differently, because it's so easy to just throw up your hands. And I understand why some people have to do it, because the psychological effort is just so much for some people every day. But when you can, when it's possible, and for most of us it is possible, to remember that the people on the other side of the barricade, so to speak, are humans. And we don't want to just write them off and be like, well, they're crazy, they're just insensitive, they're horrible people, they're monsters, because then there's no way for us to move forward.
I don't want to turn this into a political debate, right? But what's the question I ask every American in poker when they come in?
Do you own a gun?
That's the question. And it's a bit of a, it's
literally the thing. And if he doesn't do it, I'm like, Chinny, you've not asked the question.
And I do it as a bit of an icebreaker, right? I do it as a little bit of an icebreaker, and I also do it just to kind of genuinely find it. And I think there's only ever been one American that says they don't have a gun, and most of them do. And I was talking to Damo about this. Look, I am pro-life. I don't support the death penalty. Do I sometimes look at like a cold serial killer and think they probably do deserve the death penalty, but I wouldn't be comfortable about ordering it myself, so therefore I don't support it. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, but if I was brought up in America, raised in America, in a country so big where everybody else has a gun, I would probably own a gun, right? I'm not saying, and when I was younger, I was dumber as well, right? So, you know, especially as a young man, I wouldn't see it such as a sort of dangerous thing. Now that I'm 35, obviously I'm no young whippersnapper anymore, but I'm still relatively young. So I can kind of, look, I probably would own a gun if I was brought up in America. Even though I'm kind of pro-life, you know what I mean? Because everybody else has got one. So I'm like, well, if everybody else has got one, I'm fucking get one. And it becomes such a difficult problem to solve. And the other thing, this is the clincher, Duke, about guns in America, right? No one admits this. Guns are fucking cool, right?
Well, of course they are.
And people like owning them and shooting them.
Of course.
So that's why people don't like to let go of them, because they're cool, they're fun. We shoot virtual guns on Call of Duty all the time.
Yeah, but W. Kamau Bell did I think it was him. He went to, or maybe it was Morgan Spurlock. Somebody did an episode of a show where they went to maybe Belgium or Germany, and like they love their guns too, but they know that it's not safe to have them in every house, so they keep them at the gun club and they go and shoot them off there. Yeah. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
In the UK,
as Marge Simpson said, the TV said you're more likely to shoot somebody in your own home than you are to shoot an intruder. And Homer's like, the TV said that? Well, now I don't know what to believe.
Well, in the UK, I had to film it was for this. It was the poshest filming thing that I had to do, right? So basically, in the UK, there are guns, but it's usually for sport or whatever.
Right.
And it's these guys, and they hunt pheasants and stuff like that. And whether you agree with
and you
hunting,
don't need a goddamn assault rifle for it.
You don't need an assault rifle. No, they use
shotguns.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right. Sure.
And look, I financially, I couldn't put my I don't agree with this hat on because I'm like, hey, this is work for me. I don't know. These guys are going to shoot these things anyway. And it was for the company.
Yeah.
It was like almost like a fashion video for like the leather bags and the things that they store their cartridges and bullets in. That was the product.
Okay, yeah.
So it wasn't like celebrating shooting. I was just really,
No.
you know. So
I
I went there.
Going to be like
You got blood on your hands,
experience or
Chinny. Just
whatever.
admit it.
So I went there, and it was all sort of very, very, very sort of upper to middle class people. You know,
with tweed on,
with tweed on, and mulled wine and all this sort of stuff. And they were
Downton
all
Abbey.
they were all very nice,
Gosford
and
Park.
they had a rotating table with cheese on, and I was like, well, this is all great for me. I'm sold. Give me a gun, right? And but they was all in lock boxes. There was all stored away safely.
Oh yeah, there's massive sort of regulations surrounding.
But you know what? They took those guns out, and they wasn't shy with them, right? And I was like, Jesus Christ! I thought it would be right when we get the guns out, guys. You have to stand this far away. You have to do this.
Yeah.
They just like got a gun out. Yeah, this is my gun here. This is how you load it. Do you want to get closer to it when I reload it? I'm like, okay,
Put your face right next to it, man. It's awesome.
So
Listen,
people like guns everywhere. It's just in America, it's just saturated. You know,
and we have this fetishism about the freedom that goes with gun. You can't. I mean, there was a dude who wanted to have a gun. He ran a gun store, and he wanted to just offer a kind of ring that goes with your gun, so that in order to shoot the gun, you have to have the ring on, so that somebody can't steal your gun.
That makes
and use
sense.
It. Well, like it's a perfectly logical. They ran him out of business.
Yeah.
Because they saw it as, and it's because the NRA has been beating this drum for 30 years about any threat, anything that might potentially someday become a government takeover of guns. Well, you got to fight it every way. They don't care if there's school shootings at my school.
The other thing about America is that you're I mean, I'm talking about sort of modern America, not Native Americans. Your country is pretty young, so you have the one of the fallouts of being such a young country is that you remember things and you still have recorded history of how it was founded, and it was founded with guns and violence, and like most countries were. But out of the I mean, Britain is basically Norwegians and Romans raping and killing each other, right? But we don't remember that, so whatever. And British people are the experts of enslaving nations and going to India and making slaves out of them. We're brilliant at it. We're professionals at it. So don't talk to us about it. No. So, but we kind of, it was all done at a time where it wasn't really sort of recorded that well. Whereas America, it's like the heart of who you are, and it's like in your blood almost. And the Constitution, it always comes back to the commandment. It's the Second Commandment.
Second Amendment.
Second Amendment. It always comes back to that, and no one goes, yeah, but when we wrote those, that made sense. Like people could genuinely.
Exactly. We didn't have Uzis and assault rifles.
We also didn't have Twitter.
As Lisa Simpson said in that same episode, Dad, the Second Amendment is a relic of revolutionary days. It has no meaning today. And Homer goes, hey, you couldn't be more wrong, Lisa. If I didn't have this gun, the King of England could just come in here and start pushing you around anytime he wants. Do you want that? Huh? Do you? No. All right, then.
So,
all right. Well,
the interesting, by the way,
the
can I just say the interesting, not quite. Because I found out something that I didn't know the other day. Which was this. One of the women at work, her husband is 60 this a month. Yeah, and I said, was he getting for his 60th birthday present? What are you getting him for his 60th?
A gun?
What are you getting?
Close, but not quite. A gun license, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
I was like, why does he want a gun license? Does he want to own a gun? She's like, no, I don't want to own a gun. But he wants to go clay pigeon shooting, and if you want to be in a club, you have to have a license to go clay pigeon shooting.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, really? Because
he doesn't want to own it; he just wants to shoot it.
Years ago, I went clay pigeon shooting. Where I work, one of the girls that were there, her husband owned a gun shop in Preston, and sort of used to do all like clay pigeon shooting stuff. And they did it for free. It was brilliant. Right, and we all just went up this hill in near Longridge. They had all the clay.
Free, no charge.
They had all the clay things set up, and we had to man them. So we had to take it in turns to, like, let the clay
fling
pigeons
them
off, and also yeah, let them take part in the shooting. It was fucking dangerous. It was dangerous as fuck. These things didn't have locks. So you literally held these things back with a massive spring and then let go when they shouted pull. You know, probably have your fingers off.
Yes.
But there was no mention of licenses and nothing. I mean, this is going back probably about 12, 15 years ago.
Well, there's your answer.
But there was no mention of nothing. It was just like, let's get this shit on. Most of the people who were there had never shot a gun in their lives. I mean, I'd luckily, living up in, like growing up in the country, I'd shot a 12 bore, I'd shot like a 410, and sort of had air rifles when I was a kid. So I had a rough idea of what it was going to be like. But some of these people had never even held a gun, let alone shot one, and it was just like, right, let's get on with it.
Yeah.
One
One of my regrets is I didn't go to the shooting range in Vegas. I wish I did now. You know, so that proved like I don't want to kill anyone, but like I'd love to shoot.
Not yet. Not
yet.
It in your
But
hand.
I'll tell you what, when I get that assault
And as Liz
rifle in
Lemon
my
said on 30 Rock, what is it with you men and guns? And then Tracy Jordan says, well, I think I speak for most men when I say it's because they're metal penises.
They are.
Yeah.
It was good fun, by the way.
Like
Play
cars.
pigeon shooting, a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
If you like this podcast,
Hey, speaking of Greg.
there is another site you should check out, which is called VGHub.net.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. We're
Thank
done.
you.
Oops, wrong song.
Do not give these guys things that make sounds. No props that make noises. They cannot stop using them.
I must admit, right, I'm not
Sorry, I
keen on
already
the
hit
air
stop on the
horn.
recording, just FYI. I know.
I'm not,
That's
I'm
why
not
I
keen
play
on. What
it.
about you, Chinny? What about you? Are you keen on the air
It's
horn?
very disruptive, isn't it? I always one
Terrible,
day I wish I
terrible.
could work
I'm going
out.
to be judicious with it, man.
One day I
Wow.
wish I could work out if I how to play sound effects back into the show, and then for one episode, like ban Duke from doing it and see how he feels when I interrupt him with air horns.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Chinny, I don't know whether it's something to do with your settings in Discord, but you kept drop not a lot, but every now and again you dropped out. You know, did that weird thing. So I don't know whether there's something changed on your Discord settings.
No, nothing's. What, like my voice dropped out, like when I talk.
Yeah. Did that weird
didn't
sort of.
notice
Yeah. Only a few times, not a lot,
I don't know.
but they do it a few times.
Well, I'll listen to the show back and I'll see if I can hear it. And
Yeah.
sort it. What was the
Yeah,
name of that podcast, Duke? That you were they listening to The Office?
It's called Office Ladies. And it's the woman who played Angela, the little short blonde lady,
Yeah.
and the woman who plays Pam.
PM.
Angela Martin or Angela Kinsey is the
Jenna
actual woman's
Fisher.
name, and then Jenna Fisher. Yep. It's fun. It's really interesting. They're very, very interesting, and they do a good job of keeping the show moving. They bring in. They have like, they ask people to record little, voice memos to, here's what happened when I got hit by the car. Here's what happened when the bat attacked me or whatever.
So are
it's
they
great.
going through it in order?
Yep, they started with episode 1, and they're up to Dunder Mifflin launch party, where they drive to New York.
Jeez. Yeah. So it gives me an excuse to watch it again because I haven't watched that.
Yeah,
for a long
exactly.
time.
There's that too.
Cool. I will.
All right, folks.
Very good.
Thank you for everything.
Yes,
Have a
thank
great
you.
week, and I'll
Yes.
talk to you again soon.
You will, as always.
See you in a bit.
See ya.
See you later.
Ta-ra.
Right, Chinny, I will leave you to it. Have a
Right,
good
I'm stopping the
evening.
stream. Say goodbye to the stream.
Yeah, I did it then, by the way.
What?
He just did it now.
Oh.
Like the thing. He just did it right
Weird.
now.
Maybe my
don't
internet is
know.
fucked.
Yeah, it's just done it again now. Just did it again.
Maybe my internet is fucked.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Don't know. It's weird. It was like, that.
Maybe
thing
it's your
on
internet
Discord.
though.
Yeah, it's doing it now. It seems to be doing it more now than it did earlier.
Maybe it's
so
your
maybe
internet.
it's not my internet.
You never accept that it might be yours.
It's not my internet. No, it probably is. It's Virgin, the same as yours. So you know what? There's always that
So-
chance, isn't there?
So the stream, I don't know. The stream won't be hearing it. I don't think.
I don't know. It's just weird. It is like that, when you're like, oh, you need to alter your settings. It's that kind of thing.
I don't
Right.
know.
I don't bloody well know. Right, I'll leave you to it. Have a nice evening.
And
for
you,
the rest
mate.
of your evening. And I will see you Thursday. Put it in your frigging diary.
I've done it already.
Okay, mate. Speak to you on Thursday.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.